fam, do you realize we are coming toward the end of May? Which means it's almost time, wait for it, to play. I know, stupid. You know, a long time, this conversation's been going on a lot. I just like paid no attention to it because, things like this don't happen to us, right? So John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have never, ever, and I mean ever, sat quietly when big name talents were said to be available. They were always on it. We could have, it don't matter who we got. If they hear about somebody else, hey, let me check that out. And they do. So, that's what they do. The motto in Santa Clara is and has been since day one with these guys to always seek to improve. There are few receivers in the NFL that are above improvement above Julio Jones. So, it's fun to just think about this. I don't see it happening. If I was going to make a bet, I'd say, man, ain't no way in the world we're going to get Julio Jones because the league ain't going to let that happen, man. The 49ers get Julio Jones, it's all over but the shout. And they know it. They know it. And so, I'm not going to get, I wish. But tonight we'll be taking your phone calls regarding the Falcons' sudden desire to part with one of the NFL's most dynamic receivers. Julio Jones, the name you start to tremble and shake when you think about you got to play the Falcons. Man, can we hold Jones down, please? Julio had his best days with his career with Kyle Shanahan, though. Because if they told Julio, I Julio, everybody San Francisco, what? Hell yeah. You know what? Thank you. I don't like y'all, but thank you. That's the way that would work out. You just know it. Both Niners president by the way, some good news. Al Guido, both Niners president Al Guido and the official Levi Stadium Twitter account, if you probably already noticed, announced today that the team's home venue expects to welcome back fans at full capacity. For the 2021 season. As reads a post on the stadium's Twitter account, quote, barring changes in guidance, Levi Stadium will be back to not partial, not some, but full capacity for the 21-22 season. Thank you to the healthcare workers, public officials, and all leading the California Vax campaign for making this possible. Yes, and yes. See, I was just thinking, baseball's got all kind of people out there. The NBA's not closing people down. Well, of course we're going to be playing full capacity. May make a difference with the 49ers because, I think we get pumped up. I mean, every team does, but, when Levi's, I almost said it now, when Levi's is rocking, you notice the 49ers play a different brand of football. I mean, that goes for every team, but still. Let's get into this, right? Yesterday, rumors that have been ongoing picked up steam that the Atlanta Falcons were actively shopping Julio Jones due to their cap situation. Those rumors have actually been happening all offseason, but they seem to be mounting as the Falcons don't have enough cap space to even sign their own draft picks. I mean, this is the thing. Prague is probably sitting back laughing. Bunch of idiots. I mean, they couldn't see that coming. I mean, this is just like, what are you, stupid? That may explain the anxiety, though, of the reaction by the Falcons upon hearing the Niners drafted Trey Lance ahead of them. You saw that reaction. Falcons didn't appreciate the Rams taking, the Rams, how'd they get involved? The 49ers taking Trey Lance. Matt Ryan may have been the original fall guy. But since that happened, here's the thing. Jones has been a valuable player for the team over the past decade. Tony in Atlanta, I know you're watching me because this is all about you tonight, huh? Jones has been a valuable player for the team over the past decade. However, his high cap hit, injury history, and team depth are all reasons to indicate that he may be out the door by the beginning of the 2021 NFL season. Pair that with the new GM, Terry Fontenot, desire to create a bright future, and it seems that Jones is on his way out. Terry, you're not going to be very popular with the local fan base with this kind of move. Enter the Niners and several other teams that may be interested in what now is taking up an aura. The Julio Sweepstakes. Can you imagine? This is going to be... See, After electing to pass on receivers in the 2021 NFL draft, a position they've drafted in every year since 2002. The 49ers are in need of a third receiver since KB left for the Pats in free agency. No, we have two promising receivers in Debo and Brandon Ayuk, but the depth of position involves many unknown entities. Richie James is called an unknown entity by those who, Kyle, if you would let him play, I got a feeling he had more to do. But then there's Jalen, my knees hurt. And Oscar Watkins, of whom Diamador Lenore already has papers on. I'm not, when Kendrick left, I was already concerned about that. I was hoping one of these guys, well, maybe Richie, Jalen Hurts coming back this year. We get those hopes up about things. There's no need to hope about Julio. That takes. Recent addition Marquise Lee, by the way, was signed just 4 days ago, but after a few days of training camp, Kyle said, okay, that's it. He was cut by the Niners today. Damn. That leaves an opening at the position. Yesterday, should I say. Let's look at the pros. If the 49ers do trade for Julio Jones, they'd be getting a 7-time Pro Bowler and 2-time All-Pro player who has produced 7 1,000-yard seasons in his 10-year career. The production is evidently there, and given the 49ers' need for a third receiver, Jones would fit perfectly as an outside receiver. I mean perfectly. I'm talking, oh, God. In addition, Jones played under Kyle Shanahan from 2015 to 16 when he had the best years of his career, including a career high of 1,871 yards in the 2015 season. That's outrageously unbelievable. Familiarity with Jones could open up Shanahan's creativity and elevate San Francisco's championship window. Oh! I can just see now, boy. I'll be over the areas and company over there in Tampa Bay. Well, the Niners just picked up Jones. All right, guys, we're not going to panic on this. Let's just go out and play our brand of football, and we should be fine. No, you won't. See, because that edge gives Shanahan, who already has the ability to outcoach most defenses in the entire NFL, an edge that you don't want him to have. Not only will familiarity help, but Jones could also serve as a safety blanket for both quarterbacks, Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance, creating more passing opportunities. Jones' elite size and speed allowed offense to take off the pressure from the QB, as there's always a 50-50 ball option as a last resort. See, Jalen Hurts, you're supposed to be Jalen! Get well, please, and stay well. In case we can't get Julio. I don't think we're going to get him. So, Jalen, you know what I'm saying? Pleading, man. If you could come out and do these things, this would be what we'd be talking about. You instead of Julio. Jones would also serve as a mentor to the younger receivers and could help their development, improving the wide receiver core as a whole. Jones is still in his prime despite being 32 years old and has played most games over the past 5 years despite nagging injuries. Fam, Jones, even at 90%, 80%, is better than most receivers in the NFL. But despite those nagging injuries, Jones has mainly been a constant force on the field, missing only 4 of 96 games before missing 7 last year. And I have a feeling that had to do, you know what happens with some of these superstars? OBJ is the definition of, and if anybody wants to talk about a player that BS'd his way out, you put what's his name over in L.A., the cornerback, talked about the lagging injury for forever until they got him out of Jacksonville. And then you look at OBJ, who clowned his way out of New York. That's Julio, him getting hurt last year, maybe he just didn't feel like playing. With less responsibility for the Niners system due to improved defense and a knack for running the football, San Francisco is a prime place for Mrs. Jones, baby boy, 'cause we have a thing going on. If he could showcase, if he could just remain relatively healthy. Jones doesn't need to play 17 games, you know what I'm saying? 15, that's all we need, and as long as it's the last 15. The cons. Let's go look at. You know what? Let's look at the cons. Despite playing at a high level for many years, Jones took a step back last year with nagging injuries and his very first sub 1,000 yard season since 2014. Oh, but as I said, Jones must be just tired of playing in Atlanta, knowing he's going to get beat. Or the team's going to get beat. He ain't going to get beat. The team's going to get beat, right? Last year's production, along with his age, could be in opposite direction in which the Niners want to go, as it would add more age and less youth to a team already burdened with cap issues. Jones also carries a big cap hit, and due to the number of suitors, an interested team might have to absorb all of Jones' salary for the upcoming season. Also, given the potential number of suitors, the price for Jones would be relatively high in terms of draft capital, and the 49ers are lacking in that department after trading the next two first-round picks of Miami for the number 3 overall selection in the past draft. Now, in addition to that, some believe wide receiver is not the biggest need for the 49ers team. I know, JLC, Jamie, man, you and I, boy, we've been talking about this for how long? At least give me somebody who can run. I need a 4-3 dude. Come on, man. How many take the top off the defense? I don't think everybody's striking around the middle of the field. I will never get over the honey badger. Bring it in, y'all. Bring it in my ass. What? Oh, hell no. You really that worried? You ain't even worried about us, huh? So, I want that to stop. Being a team that creatively pounds the ball and already having 2 solid weapons at the position, the Niners may not be incentivized to trade for Mrs. Jones' baby boy, Julio. The 49ers just might not want to part. And I noticed somebody already saying that 49ers may not want to part with all that capital, especially after finding many gems in recent drafts. Given the cap hit, the draft capital needed to get him, and the lack of need at the position, so some people think, Julio Jones may not be the best decision for the team. Your feeling on that? Implications? If the 49ers were to trade for Julio Jones, it would spark a series of implications regarding contracts and their future. To save cap space for the upcoming year, an extension with a star receiver might be necessary to lower the cap hit for the team. Of course, that only makes sense. And while this move could save the 49ers now, it may create future salary cap issues, as Fred Warner and Nick Bosa are due for extensions and certainly would demand salaries that you and I can't even the numbers is going to be mind-blowing between the two of those two players alone. That would almost certainly mean moving on from Jimmy G. But I had some people, oh, God, yes, good. Yeah, that of course, but you got to wonder, and I wouldn't want to get into that right now, but that would also certainly mean either way. But the 49ers are probably going to part ways with Jimmy possibly next year anyway, depending on what he does this year, or else he might ride him out for his full contract. We'll see. But that result could also mean potentially letting cornerbacks Jason Verrett and K'Wan Williams, running backs Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr., and Kowalski T all hit the road, Jack, in free agency. 49ers are likely to move on from many players next offseason due to cap implications. We already know that. But trading for Jones would certainly increase that amount with less cap flexibility, especially since an extension is probable if that happens. However, another implication would be with the development of Trey Lance. With Jones as a safety blanket, the 49ers might be inclined to start Lance at some point this season and definitely next season. With a superb receiving core, quality running backs, and a solid offensive line, Lance would have all the weapons around him to be a successful NFL quarterback and unlace the potential on both the throwing and running side of that young man's game. If Lance can develop sooner than later, Shanahan could be more inclined to open up the playbook and create a lethal 49ers offense for years to come. But you need to see if he can actually do that. We've seen too many blue-chip guys come out of college, up into the NFL, only to look like all of a sudden he look like Pop Warner players. We're going to have to find out first. But that is, of course, if Julio Jones actually gets traded to the 49ers to begin with. The following week should clear up rumors and provide a better picture of that Jones situation, which will let everybody know where Jones will play next season. With all that in mind, fam, are you on board for some Julio? I love it. I really would. See, because I've been crying about a wide receiver for years. I mean, I always said, you know what? We need a primetime receiver. I like good receivers. Like, we got great receivers, but those kids are young. They could be awesome in the years to come, but we've been dealing with rookies and second and third tier receivers since 2017. Guys, we're looking for a receiver every year and saying things like every year, like, I'm still waiting for somebody to step up and take over that reign as my number one guy. They can't step up, Kyle, because they can only do so much. Those are complimentary receivers. Daniel Andre says, I don't see it happening, and I don't want to give up any assets for an old-ass receiver. Julio Jones would be a nice addition and worth compensation, say, 4 years ago, but not. And see, that makes sense. I mean, that's keeping it real. Daniel, I feel you on that. Celestial Scourge, a perfect fit for the perfect player and the perfect coach at the perfect time, but the salary cap hit. Oh, no. And Anderson, what's up, Ronbo and Niners gang? Ready for the season? Yes. He's a pipe dream. Honestly, he is. I'd love to see him, but I cannot imagine it. It just causes too much rocking and rolling, and in the end, it could actually hurt the team. Brittany, get in here, girl. What's up?
What's up, Ronbo?
Brittany, everybody's been talking about Julio so much. I thought we'd talk about him tonight. And, it's Julio. Brittany, what are you thinking about Julio? Is that something you'd like to do? When you consider all that's involved, what are you thinking?
It's so hard. I'm fighting back and forth with my mind. As soon as I heard that they were trying to trade for him, I was like, oh, we got to get him. Oh, wait. His cap, the team's cap. It's like you have a Pro Bowl wide receiver that we've been craving for, but at the same time, it's like we get him. There's so many complications. We won't be able to pay Fred Warner. We won't be able to pay Nick Bosa. Not only that, he has a ton of money that we will have to cut the biggest contract, which is Jimmy's contract, which I know a lot of people who don't like him are thrilled about if that's a possibility.
But it doesn't end there. Like you mentioned Fred, and you also mentioned Nick, and who's to say that the Falcons says, hey, listen, guys, let's do this. We'll pick up part of that salary. Give us Nick. Give us Fred. Okay, I'm going to call you back out of here. I can see it now, God.
If I was coach, I would not give Fred or Bosa to the Falcons.
No, they're too young. And the Falcons need defense so bad. They would make that deal, Brittany. They would make that deal in a heartbeat. They don't want Jimmy, but they will take Fred or Nick.
They would. I wouldn't give those two up. Those two are dominant on our defense. They're gone. What's going to happen now?
We're looking for an edge rusher, linebacker.
Right. We'll be looking for that before the season starts. So it's back and forth. Like, yes, we could take that jump, but at the same time, you'll be giving up too many assets or even too much draft capital and money to get him for just one player. It's too much, the back and forth. I mean, if the Falcons could eat up a chunk of his money, that is doable without taking huge risks.
They would, Brittany. Here's that deal, as I just mentioned. The Falcons and 49ers say, right, John, you want it? Listen, we'll take Fred or Nick, whichever one you want to part with, and we'll pick up part of Julio's salary. What do you say? Oh, man. Oh, no.
That would be the toughest part because you can't decide between those two. You have your all-pro linebacker, and you have one of your top edge rushers. You can't decide between those two to give to an NFC rival.
And those are young ball players.
Here's the sad thing. Right. If the 49ers do miss that chance to get Julio Jones, who's to say he may not go to a division rival, which is the worst, thing you want to hear.
Say it. Oh, because the Rams will find a way to get him over there, even though they can't afford him. And then next year say, Julio, listen, can we pay you next year? I don't know how they're doing this.
I don't even want to think about that if they miss that chance. I don't even want to think about that because you already see the division do stupidness because of desperation because they know the 49ers are coming back with a vengeance. They know that.
And Brittany, let me point this out to you, too. The Cards are trying to get there's somebody over in the Cardinal organization in Julio's ear right now, from what I just read.
No. I saw something on Twitter today about one of the players from the Cardinals begging for him. No.
Can you imagine? Julio,
no,
D-Hop,
no.
Larry Fitzgerald said, I ain't quitting. Oh, that would be awful.
Like terrible. It's like they've taken all the best receivers because they're desperate. Every single team in the division is desperate except for the Niners. And it's like,
Man, that's just, boy. We need a receiver though, Britt. This has got to be addressed, and next year that's got to be priority one. Get the elusive number one out of the draft if you can make that call. But stop with this every year. Who we gonna get for a wide receiver, man? We got Debo and Ayuk are good, but they're still children, man. We got to wait to see what they're gonna look like when they grow up. And
right, I was hoping we grabbed one like some part in the draft, but free agents. Undrafted free agents, that's at least good, but still, we do need something because we don't know about Jalen Hurts. We don't know about that.
Jalen, you would be that dude, Jalen.
I know. But yet we do have one on practice squad. I don't know about him yet. Jennings, I don't know about him yet.
Juwan? But Juwan ain't got...
Yeah.
Well, Juwan's a goal line guy, but Juwan doesn't run 4.3. He's not that fast. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
it's funny.
It's gonna be a tough situation. We'll see what the 49ers do because you know they're picking and prodding like they always do. So yeah.
Right.
All right. Pretty good stuff. I'll see you on Twitter.
All right.
All right.
Take care, Ronbo.
You too. Night, Brett. Yeah. And first thing you see is get rid of Jimmy, get rid of Jimmy, get rid of Jimmy, get rid of Jimmy. And Matt wrote Ashley Music. If you can get Julio Jones and cut Jimmy contract, cut Jimmy G contract, no brainer. Yeah, that sounds good. But you know what? Let's see. How's that go? Jimmy, and then pick up Julio. You still got too much money with Julio, especially for that position. It's still, and the Falcons are going to want, I guarantee you, if the 49ers call, the Falcons are definitely going to say, hey, you guys, we're going to make life very easier for you. We'll pick up part of Julio's contract because he's just way over the cap so far that we can't stand it. You pick up this percentage, we'll pick up that percentage. Give us Fred or Nick, and that's all we ask for. He is yours right now. See, because, the Falcons, as Tony always says, they are trying to build that defense. That's why they've had so many trouble losing. But yeah, Rodax, thanks for the contribution. Hey, listen, is anybody else? Wait. Chill. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, man, the Julio conversation is picking up. And it's also, it's also fun
here's
to talk
what
about
I do.
it. Go ahead.
If they're willing to take a second-round pick, I'd pull the trigger in a minute.
Oh, second-round pick.
In a heartbeat.
That's all we got.
It wouldn't even. Well, but you know what? Only teams that are willing to think they can go over the top with Julio Jones are going to make that trade.
Yeah.
All right.
Baltimore's involved.
So there's only a few teams with cap space that can handle the $15 million that he demands, right? Because of his contract. The Niners are one of them. I think Indy is another. But there aren't too many
Ravens
teams.
are involved.
Yeah, but I don't think they got the cap space. They're lower than us.
Are they? Okay, well, their name was mentioned as being interested, so you're right.
Yeah,
as far as the numbers go, I don't know.
They put out a lot of names. They put out a lot of names of teams that need Julio, like Green Bay, but can they afford Julio? That's a whole different story. And I think, with the Niners, here's the situation. We got $17.5 million in cap space. Julio demands $15 million. But when we do our cuts to the 53-man roster, okay, there's going to be a lot of guys with some big contracts. And coming June 1st, you're going to see Weston Richburg retire, which is going to save us about $4 million. And we're going to have a few other guys cut, like Sean Coleman at $1 million, and there's a lot of guys there that are about $1 million.
Yeah.
and we're going to replace him with young talent that we got in the draft this year. So I think we can afford Julio.
Mm-hmm.
And then next year, he's only $11 million on the cap. And
how many years are left on Julio's contract, Phil?
3 years. 3 years.
Oh.
So it's 15 years, 15 this year, 11 and a half next year, and 11 and a half the final year. And the final year you can get out of because there's no guaranteed money.
And
so
the 49ers could extend him. No, he'd still want that amount of money, though. No, you want to extend him. He's 33. Yeah, you don't want to extend him too far.
His contract. They could restructure his contract where they give him a signing bonus worth, say, $20 million
some of that money.
Year, and then push it out 3 years, and then so it pushes it out. You can do a lot of things with the cap to fix it, and the one worry is Fred Warner. But if you put in an extension instead of a new contract, next year the cap space is going to be a lot bigger, and then the following year it's going to be huge. So
especially with the revenue they're going to make next year.
We'll have plenty of cap space to manage Fred Warner's contract over time. So don't worry about it, folks. The cap is manageable, but think about it: Julio Jones, Ayuk, Debo, Kittle.
You've got every kind of receiver you need now. You've got a deep, dangerous threat. You've got a brutalizer. You've got a guy that runs routes crisp and sharp with Ayuk, and he could be anywhere on the field. Now the secondary has there's nothing they can do.
If you had Julio on the team, I think you do Depends when you do the show.
I tell you.
During game.
Yeah.
You go deep, and you look at that guy going deep, and shoot at the electricity going all over the place.
Oh man, I bouncing off the walls. Julio would make
in your wish list for about 2 years now. I remember, but
God. OBJ, I wanted
Julio,
anybody that was dynamic and the league regarded as one of the most lethal weapons in the league. We don't
much
have
better
it.
than OBJ. Julio's much better than OBJ.
Oh yeah,
He's bigger.
But I was just talking about anybody who had an impact.
He can do the routes,
brutalize defenders, and he does
wide
it all.
Receiver.
Yeah.
So I would say pull the trigger if they're willing to take a 2nd round pick. Pull the trigger now. Do it.
I know they're going to ask for one of our guys because their defense is hurting. They need some big. I think the Texans are going to try to do the same thing with Watson.
Nobody's going to give them that. It depends on what other teams are willing to give. So it's all about what the demand is. And I'm not sure that everybody can take the cap hit. So that's going to cut out a bunch of teams. But I think the Niners can.
Yeah.
And
we would.
I think it would put us at a level. I mean, just having Julio out there is going to take up a wide receiver and a safety.
Already.
What do you think Kittle's going to do down the seam? What do you think Monster's going to do in the wide?
He turned the volume up on Kittle. Oh!
Yeah, he's going to make all those other skilled positions better because they've got to say, "Oh, there's Julio out there. I got to cover him."
And then George's over there licking his chops.
One-on-one. Or even with the Rams, he's going to take Ramsey away from him. So then you've got Ayuk and Debo going crazy on the other side. You got to think about. I mean, that would just be unstoppable. And with Kyle's brain, oh man, pull the trigger.
Okay, we're gonna find out because it can't. This drama cannot go on and on and on. Julio's got to come to school in Atlanta, and the
other thing is, who's Julio going to be willing to go to too? So, I mean, I think Kyle would be a guy that he would. He had his best year with Kyle.
He would run.
So
he would run to get here.
Think about it.
Oh,
I know.
I gotta tell you, Phil, that's
all right,
fun.
Ronbo.
We're gonna see you.
I'm Julio. Go for it. Just pull the trigger.
Yes.
Get it done.
Gotta be
and then count the number 6 and 7.
Oh, put it in. Just phone it in.
Yeah, the bank.
All
right, man.
All right, Bill. Talk to you Sunday.
Take care.
You too.
All right, Ronbo.
Oh, God,
Bye.
man. That's... Phil's got me all pumped up.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Jamie. I don't know, Jamie. Jamie, I mean, Phil's got me convinced. Hey, what are you thinking?
You know, right at first I was thinking we're going to have to give up some assets or something, but
Or something.
if you think about it, they're getting rid of Julio in order to dump salary. They're not going to want to bring salary back onto the team. See what I'm saying?
Oh, so
they're
they
not
won't
going
ask
to
for
want
Fred
players.
Nick?
They want
Yes.
no.
They won't ask for
They
Fred
won't want
Nick.
that big contract. They're going to have to sign him to, because they're going to expect a contract right then and there.
Maybe a second-round pick would work.
Yeah, second and a third or something like that. And the more I think about it, I think this is our only chance to get our guy. Like we need this guy. Think about it. You got like he was just saying, Phil. We got Debo, we got Ayuk, we got Julio, and we got Hurd. Saying Hurd makes the team and he actually plays this year. There isn't a better receiver core in the league. Period.
There won't be. That's true, isn't it? I mean, if you look around the league, that's such a complete group.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's got a contract for 3 years right now, and in 3 years we're going to start getting our draft picks back. It's lined up almost perfectly for us.
Just like the stars.
Yeah.
You know, Kyle and John are on it. You know, know they're on it. Yeah,
yeah,
wonder.
and the cap situation, like Phil was saying, that's not a problem. They'll figure that out. It'll get done. I'm not worried about Fred. I'm not worried about anything like that because they always figure it out.
I know, right? We haven't lost a player yet because we couldn't afford him.
Well, Depot, I think, asked his way out of town. I think he was just asking for too much, and they didn't think he was deserving of that much.
Well, he wanted Aaron Donald cash. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. I didn't like what they did to our receiver that we were checking out last week. He must have gotten an argument with somebody. Yeah, no, the one guy, Marquise Lee.
Oh boy, yeah, Marquise. Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
He had to have been arguing with somebody or something and got himself kicked off the team.
Or either that, or Diamador was just messing with his mind. You know.
Yeah, I don't know how many more practices they had. Or he did something bad. Like he's just signed, gone. I don't understand.
No explanation. No, nothing.
Yeah.
Just he's gone.
Not a word. Now we got some Benny guy. I looked him up today.
Who is he?
Yeah.
Is he any good?
Hey, Benny Fowler. He's all right.
Can he run?
Not special. He's like 4'5", something like that. Little bit thicker. He runs kind of like Debo. He'll bounce off people.
Okay, well.
But he's like a number 5 receiver, something like that. He's not a guy you'd want. He's not a main guy.
He doesn't need to take up a roster space. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, let's see what happens. I don't know this. We're going to wait for guys to come off the there's going to be other guys like Julio that the teams can't afford that they're going to just say, "Can you take a cut in salary?" No.
Well, if you think about it, it wasn't 2 years ago that Jerry Rice just said that Julio was the best receiver in the game.
Yeah, and he was right.
Yeah, that was on our Super Bowl year. They said, "Who's the best receiver in the game?" And Rice said Julio. Period. So, I mean, why wouldn't you give up a couple draft picks in order to get the one thing that everybody knows you need?
And he knows how to work in Kyle Shanahan's offense. And finally, Jimmy's got a target that's not going to run the wrong routes. He's going to be where the ball's thrown to a spot. Julio's going to be there. You know, all these things that people don't understand about Kyle Shanahan's offense, Julio will make it clear that, as I've been saying, Jimmy, everybody blames Jimmy for everything. If you look at the field and watch what happened, if you have any intelligence about the game, you'll know what just happened wasn't all Jimmy's fault. You know, these are the things I've been praying for, man. God. So
if he puts up another 1,800-yard season, like
with somebody else,
comes to us, he's gonna earn another contract.
I know, right?
How many teams is he going to go to where he thinks he can do that?
It ain't with Lamar Jackson. So, you know, because I know the Ravens are working on this. I don't know if they can afford it. The Cardinals. Jamie, the ultimate pain would be if he ends up with Russie or Kyler.
Yeah, they're collecting all the old all pros.
Oh.
Seattle, and L.A. They'd trade somebody else's draft picks and get him in there somehow.
You know, and the Rams would just say, Julio, listen, we're going to pay you not this year, but the year after. But listen, in the meantime, you're going to get a lot of endorsements. This is L.A. Who knows? You could be cast in movies and television shows. There's all kind of reasons to be in L.A. I think that's what they do in L.A. anyway.
Yeah.
Clowns.
They would love to have him, but I just can't see the way that they get him. I don't understand what they would give up for it.
Oh God, Jamie, it's too much to ask for. You got to hope for it. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm around to. I want him. Like I want to bring him in. Definitely. At first, I was like, I don't know. This kind of And now I think everybody else talking and me thinking about it. The more and more I think about it, yeah, I want to get the guy.
Yeah, because we're not going to find a 4-3 guy. You know, somebody can see the top off between now and opening day. We're just not going to do it, Jamie. I gave up.
Nothing you're not going to have to pay for. So you're going to have to pay for it one way or another.
Yeah. Tell you what, Jamie, I'll see you Sunday, man. Maybe we'll hear some more about this.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you then, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Have a great night. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Ronbo.
Mike, man, we're sitting here dreaming. Tonight's a dreaming night. Everybody's smoking the same pipe. Guys, keep passing the pipe. We're passing the pipe on Julio and wishing we could have some Julio in San Francisco. Mike, what are the odds? What do you think? Do you approve of that? Do you not approve of that? What are you thinking in regards to the pros and cons?
Well, I got one question for you. Do you smell what Kyle is cooking? Shout out to the caller who did the Savage, dude. That was great shit. Could you do a Hulkamania tonight?
I know. Papa John.
Man, it would be great to get Julio if they can finagle it.
He did that for like a few minutes. His throat has to be blood raw.
No, I tried it for like 15 seconds to show my wife, and I couldn't do it. I started hacking.
I don't know how. Randy,
but yeah,
dude was
on to Julio, man.
awesome.
If we can get him, I think John Lynch can maybe finagle that. You know, he's made these trades before. You know, maybe be like, here, you can have D Ford. We're not going to give you both, so you can have D Ford.
Hey, D Ford's a defender. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, but everybody knows D Ford is going to come over, have a seat, and eat pumpkin seeds and sit on the sidelines and say, yeah, my leg's still hurt, but I should be ready next week. How much are we paying you? Don't worry about that. I'm going to get it. You get your money's worth.
God. Yeah, I mean, for reasons already touched on by the last three callers, they nailed it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, and as for Seahawks Rain, the other haters in here, I got something for you. You have the dumbest call in NFL history, so you can't say nothing. You have a chance to beat the GOAT at the half-yard line, and you go shotgun and throw it. Get out of here with your elite. Chew on that for tonight. Hashtag where were you?
I mean, why should I run? What was that saying go? Why should we pass the ball? We could just run it, you know?
Oh, it's not just who was going to be running it.
They didn't like Marshawn Lynch.
Wilson could have jumped over and put the ball over the line right there.
Even that option was there, you know? Hawks, man, I don't know who you're talking to, man. Y'all got to be kidding me. God. But anyway, back to real football.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if we can't get Julio, I have a feeling that they'll find somebody before, you know, the deadline like they kind of did with E-Man. But
yeah,
Julio would be ideal. They'll get somebody, and, you know, if not, then Kyle will just go to the lab. Just remember that Carolina game.
Well, Mike,
back in 19.
But Mike, I just want to add this to that though. They cannot keep Julio. They can't even afford to pay their draft picks. I'm talking street people, you know. And if they don't get this done,
somebody outbidding us.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be down to somebody. There's going to be a competition, but they cannot keep him. They have to make a deal. Who's got to offer the best deal is a thing. And we don't have any first-round picks.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we want to give up first-round picks for him too.
I know, right? He's 32.
Yeah,
They got it. Somebody will do it, though. One of these contenders. Oh, no, Tampa Bay can't do it. They're out of this.
I don't think the Rams can because I thought they don't have like first-round picks like 5 years or something because they gave up a lot for players for Stafford and for Lindsey. They gave up everything.
We'll be having the next Olympics. Yeah, they're not in it. So unless they're going to offer Julio a TV show, but otherwise, I don't know how they're going to. No, that's out of the question for the Rams. The Cardinals are somebody to be concerned about, though, Mike.
Yeah, man, I got a high-potent offense, but we're coming for Squirrel Boy, so I'm not worried about it.
The thing is, I don't want them adding Julio. Can you imagine D-Hop and Julio on the same team?
Ronbo, last year, anyways, we beat them.
I know.
Right, then we beat them at the end with the scrubs. In the beginning of the season, the first game, and we had a chance to beat them at the end, but Jimmy just couldn't quite get it done. It was 24-20.
Last year?
So, I mean,
the first game of the season. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it too much.
Well,
Calvin goes to the lab, be making defenses, arguing with each other, running into each other. You watch the ball. No, you watch the ball. I am watching the ball. Like I'm really excited because some of the stuff he schemes up, I'm like the formations and all the motion. I'm like, man, is that even legal?
I know, right?
They're not calling flag. Remember Harbaugh used to always try that? They always get called for illegal formation.
And also, some of the motions, every now and then I see the motions and I say that wasn't, the refs missed that one. You can't
Whenever
move.
I see the defense all shift when he does it, I'm like, oh, yeah, what was about to happen right here?
Yeah. The pre-snap movements, I think the officials aren't even aware of what's fair, what's legal and what's not. I mean, Kyle's got sophisticated movements out there. But in slow-mo, you could see there were some movements that were not legal and wrong people moving.
It literally made me a better Madden player.
I know.
It was awesome.
Kyle knows they're stupid, though. That's one thing I like. So he takes advantage of them.
Yeah, so if we can't get a receiver, he'll cook something up with the guys he gets.
Yeah. We're never going to be that way.
Healthy.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got to head to work pretty quick, so I'll let you go.
All right, Mike. And
shout out
back
to
Sunday.
Faithful, and shout out to the production and to you.
Yeah, thanks, fam. Appreciate you, Mike. All right. Night, fam.
You bet.
Talking about Mike. Slick. And Daniel Serrano, hey, tell your mommy, your daddy, and your bald-headed granny to hit that like. Ronbo, what's up, brother? Love you, fam. Daniel. Thanks, fam. Back at you, too. And Sean Shepard. Sean, am I right on that, Sean? That's Jay Matthews' Niner career signed, cut, repeat. I think Pigeons will have growing pains. Pigeons recording. We're talking about those guys, Seahawks. There's no such thing as Kyle System. What you know about Dwight's hot licks? Man, and by the way, if you've ever seen Hicks do that, the chicken, don't do it. I hurt myself so bad years ago trying to do that. And is that Tyler? Hey, Tyler.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Tyler, doesn't sound like Tyler.
Yeah, no, it's the same Tyler.
It is, because you sound a lot like Morgan. But Tyler, come on in, man.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
I mean, we're just sitting back here. We're thinking about Julio. Because, Julio's the guy we wanted like 4 or 5 years ago. Everybody wants to have Julio on their team because you're the Falcons, and Julio was just unstoppable, right? And now the Falcons, we can't afford him anymore. Julio, we love you, man, but you got to go. Well, otherwise, what are we going to do? We can't even play our draft picks. You can't give your draft picks back. So, now here we are sitting here wondering who's going to get Julio. And Tyler, do you even want Julio?
Oh, well, I want to get into how we can get Julio, but
all right.
But yeah, I think Julio would be a great addition for sure. for sure. I mean,
Okay.
I know, the con might be like he's a little older. He might be
Yeah, how
past
many
his
more years
prime,
left
but
at that efficiency? I would say at least 2.
well, still in those 2 years,
And then you can win a lot. You
he
can
can
win.
pass that.
Yeah.
And he can pass that knowledge down to Ayuk and Samuel. So,
And put that Lombardi in the trophy case where it belongs, and we could have number 6
oh yes,
and be tied with the Steelers, which we've been trying to do for a long time.
and the Patriots, right?
Uh-oh. Wait. Oh yeah, Tom got 7. So I got scared. Wait, do the Patriots have 7? No, Tom got that with Tampa Bay.
No, the
He's
Patriots got
Tom,
6. Yeah.
Tom has 7. The Patriots have 6.
Yeah.
Damn. Brady's got
Crazy.
7. God, Jesus Christ.
Yep. Yeah, I know. But
That'll never be equaled.
But yeah, going back to your first question, I think he'd be a great addition. He can even he can have that deep threat that we need. We already got Deebo Samuels doing his his action, his play action, wide receiver,
Which
running,
would make Deebo
and
even more effective because now you got Deebo raising hell midfield, and you've got Ayuk. I haven't figured out his role completely yet, but Ayuk's definitely going to be a contributor. Now you've got the
he's still
effect-
young. Yeah.
Now you got the effect that Julio brings to the table.
And we're not even mentioning George Kittle.
I did
go
forget George.
He can
That
go
makes it-
short or deep.
Anything you want me to do. George can take the day off from now on. Hey, Coach, I'm just going to block today. Nah, no problem. Listen, we'll let you know when we need you, though. We could need you anytime. George, you got to build on your legacy, though. We got to get you at least 1,000 yards this year. God.
Right.
Be crazy.
Yeah. But so how we're going to get him? I think everybody explained it. Like, we don't have to trade for another player. We're not trading for Jimmy. Everybody get off of the Jimmy train.
They don't
please.
want Jimmy.
They
don't. If they wanted to pay that salary, they just keep Matt Ryan. So it's not. They want picks, or they'll take a defender. Though their defense does need help, but they'd rather have a pick.
Even that we're not trading Fred Warner. He's like, you remember Patrick Willis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
And maybe Fred Warner can turn into another Patrick Willis. Just
honestly,
if only Willis was with us now. Imagine our defense.
Willis. And can you imagine Willis and Fred?
Man.
Man. You'll never get all your Hall of Famers together in one team, though. Bowman did a great job for us.
Yeah. We're not as fortunate as Tampa Bay.
I know, right? God.
But
all-star team from top to bottom. Man.
But I think we can do it. And everyone made great points. We can trade the second round. We've got a young core of players that everyone likes to keep the picks, but I think we got a young, good core of players that can rise up. Yeah. So I don't think we need to worry about the 22 second-round draft.
Nah.
So
we don't have enough room for draft picks next year.
If they're willing to trade that.
Yeah, because actually, we don't need but a 5th round. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Tyler, we do our best work in the 5th round anyway. Give us the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, we're good to go.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have to worry about the draft. Are the Falcons willing to trade? But maybe Kyle Shanahan, who used to be the OC for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Maybe he can,
get some influence going.
Talk to Arthur Blank,
Yeah. Hey. Julio comes to San Francisco, Tyler. He needs no training. He hits the ground running. Yep. From that point on, them sick Seahawks that are always talking trash, their days of talking trash end immediately. Cut it. We won't even see him in here anymore. It's done. It's over. So, it'd be a nice thing.
It would be a nice thing. Yeah.
All
But
right, Tyler. So, Tyler, anyway, let's see what develops for Sunday. We may have Julio Sunday. All right. I'll see you then, Tyler.
I'm hopeful. Right
Hey,
on. I'm
we all
hopeful.
are. All right, fam.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Ronbo.
you getting in here. All right.
You too, now.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hey, KC.
Ronbo, my man, what's shaking?
Casey, man, we're sitting around here laughing.
Yo, Ronbo, I don't know if that was Tyler, man. Do you think that was really Tyler?
It's Tyler from Hawaii. Can you imagine Tyler going through 2 puberties? Tyler, he goes through one puberty, gets to one level of the voice, and he gets to another level and went to another level. That's Tyler from Hawaii.
Oh, okay. 2 Tylers, okay.
My brother. But anyway, in case man, you don't start that. I'm working on Tyler. He'll call in now. He'll have bad things to say to us. Oh God.
Oh man, what a day, what a week, Ronbo.
Right. Well, hey, it's gonna get more comical.
Just sitting here reading. Yeah, I know, man. It's just
Because you look at the Cardinals,
story
man,
after story.
they're stacking talent up. I do, the Rams. I don't worry about the Rams. I don't worry about the
Ronbo,
Hawks.
but do you really think the 49ers are going to get Julio?
If I had to bet my life on it, I would say no.
I would say no.
Yeah, but if I was just gonna put some cash on it, I might bet on it.
Because
maybe
they just signed Juice and they got to get Fred, and I think if you're Raheem Mostert, if you're Jeff Wilson, you're hoping that they probably don't.
Well, yeah, from there where they sit, none of them probably want Julio. But
then,
I don't know.
The trade, the way the Lynch era has worked is that we wouldn't even be talking about this before the Niners do it, right?
I know, right? We don't pay attention to rumors. Huh? You're right.
Yeah. So just by by the 49ers history, I mean, I think it would be a major surprise. It would go against what their history says. But with all that said, yeah, I mean, let's trade whatever for Julio, man. Let's get Julio, man. Oh man, I mean, do the 49ers need Julio? Hell yeah, they need Julio, man.
Well, but it's like, what kind of question is that? Everybody needs some Julio.
God, man, because they need, if you look at their pay structure, their top 5 or 6 or 7 contracts, really the only surefire players are Kittle, Bosa, and
you must K1 Williams.
They got D Ford up there, they got Eric Armstead up there. They're not paying anyone besides George that's going to go out there and get you
week
10
after
touchdowns
week.
a season every year.
And he'll do that with broken bones, sprains, tears. And George Kittle's the dude's not real. So yeah, you're right.
And I was really interested in hearing tonight what Phil was going to say tonight.
Yeah. That was a pregnant pause, wasn't it?
Phil's always with the contract. Phil was
passed
like,
out.
let's trade a second rounder. I'm like, okay, Phil, if you think they can do it. And Phil's right. They got enough money to do it. But it just...
Thing is, Casey, somebody else is going to offer a first-round pick, and it's going to be a contender.
Yeah,
this is what we have to worry about. It's going to be a contender.
We'll see him at the... I remember what we see him on the Seahawks or the Patriots or something.
The Seahawks don't have a first-round pick. I don't think. The Rams don't have a first-round pick. I don't know about the Cardinals, but yeah.
That'd be intriguing for Julio to go to the Cardinals, though.
No, really, that's frightening. There's not enough ball for Julio and D-Hop. They won't do that. Yes, they would.
Yeah. And NFC West is just crazy.
Ooh,
the NFC West makes the AFC South look like pop water, man.
Oh, God. Casey, if we hear about the Cardinals picking up Julio, we can start to then be concerned.
Yeah. But
no, it's not going to happen.
I mean, they need Julio, they really do. But I think seeing Ayuk and the off season and in mini camp or whatever they're doing right now. Ayuk looks ready to go and ready.
He's
to
gonna be better than last year.
He looks like
so.
he could be their.
Yeah.
He looks like he could be their true number one.
Yeah, he's just got to come into his own. You know, he was a rookie last year, but let's see what he looks like this year. We may have exactly what we want.
I haven't seen anything from Ayuk that I don't like. You know?
No, he can play. He can go.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it'll be a fun off season. You know, we'll probably circle around and do this again in a few days. Talk about something else crazy. How we all want a solid gold toilet. Or how we, you know.
I know.
So, yeah.
It's like high school, right? You're walking down the hallway. You've been with this girl for about 6 months. New girl's in town. There she is. Ooh, who's that? Why do you ask? No, I'm just wondering. Do you know her? I don't think it's any of your business. I'm just saying.
You know, let's give Julio 3 years and $50 million or whatever. I mean, I think he would do it. And, go ring face with the Niners. I think he can do it.
Yeah, well, he got 3 years. I don't know. You know, his production is probably going to fall off a little bit in a couple of years, but I don't know. 3 years ain't bad though. Yeah. Because you don't have to pick that third year could be optional.
Imagine how happy Bosa would be.
Oh God, that whole team. But Casey, we're out of time. Too much fun, Casey. I'll see you Sunday if you get a chance, huh?
Sounds good, Ronbo. Have a good weekend, man.
Have a good night, fam. Oh no. Brace yourself. It's a Hawks fan that calls himself Rotten Apples.
It's true. Can you see him
How you doing, Rotten
on
Apples?
camera? I'm well. How are you?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm great.
Right.
You can call me Grayson. That's my stage name's Rotten.
Wait. Is this you, Grayson?
Yeah, it's me. You see me?
I didn't. You know what's so funny, Grayson? You look like a normal, pleasant guy. I would have never guessed.
I'm pleasant too. I know. Isn't that crazy?
Grayson, I have a question.
So,
I know one question before you get started. I'm concerned about you're doing scripture that night. What were you doing? I'm still curious about that.
What about the scripture?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to raise feathers, all this kind of stuff.
Grayson, you've made a name around it. Well, Grayson, what gives us this honor tonight is to hear it from you. What are you thinking here?
Well, hey, so I was looking over the roster, and I think that Debo Samuel Ayuk combo.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's it. That's right. Debo and Ayuk. Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to wreck your team. I want to see good competition.
They're not going anywhere. I mean, we just need a third guy. You want DK Metcalf? Can we get
third guy?
You
think Julio's coming? Is it third and the fourth? Is that how that works?
Actually, I because Ayuk. I mean, he's so above. I mean, when you think about Julio Jones and him on your team, it's surreal. So I can't.
He catches
really
the ball
wrap myself around it. I'm just wishing, But him, Debo, and Ayuk, yeah, we're done shopping for wide receivers.
So you're not trading for Julio? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wish they were. I don't know what they. I don't know what they.
I was just going based on the title of the show.
Yeah, no, Julio. The Falcons are going to ask for a lot for Julio. If you're going to come down Falcons, they're not going to give you Julio for nothing, or even.
Right.
I mean, a second-round pick. I don't know that would work. I'm sure they'd want a first-round pick. This is one of the premier wide receivers in the NFL.
So Julio's been playing for a long time, though, right? So he's like towards the end of his tenure.
Yeah, no, Julio's got 2 good years left at the most, and that's why the Falcons should not ask for a first-round pick. Yeah.
Right. Now that makes sense. Now, how do you feel about the Matthew Stafford situation down there
in LA
for the Rams?
Well, Grayson, let me ask you this: do you think Stafford's going to do way better than Jared Goff? They're similar in some ways.
I don't actually.
I don't either. So. I don't. Everybody thinks Stafford is all that. He's had some great teams. Everybody says, well, Stafford's always played with the Lions, and now he's with a good team. Well, the Lions haven't always been that bad.
I don't think the Rams are a good team. I think they mismanage and they go for like high, like flashy picks, and then they kind of like they're just all flash and no bang.
Yeah. They don't know. They can't finish.
Now I think the Seahawks have better team building, and I would even say San Francisco has better team building than the Rams.
You know what?
Although I don't.
I'd have to agree with that. I do see the Hawks. I don't know how you guys do it, but every year you come up with players that nobody ever heard of, and
Right.
somehow
Eskridge, that's who I want to talk about because I saw him. I was going back over the draft class. A gadget player, that's exactly who I was thinking of. Someone that can run from the backfield, kind of an outlet, do screens for Russell so he doesn't get, smashed. Because I know he's like the most sacked quarterback. I mean, that's the problem. He doesn't have any time.
Well, you know what they said, and I don't know if anybody should have brought that out, but somebody said Russell runs into a lot of those sacks. I thought that was funny. Here's a guy that's pleading for you to do something to help him with the offensive line, and so he said, a lot of those sacks Russell brings on
He's
himself.
too short. You get a big offensive lineman, you can't see over him. That's a problem too. That's why I said Aaron Rodgers should come from Green Bay. And this is a hypothetical. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I thought it would be interesting to see Aaron in Seattle and Russell in Green Bay. I thought that was kind of cool.
Actually, and Deshaun Watson also they were going to trade Russell to Texas and bring in Deshaun Watson. That was another deal that I heard about.
I thought Deshaun should go to New England. I know they picked up a Mac Jones or whatever, but I could see Deshaun Watson being a Patriot.
Oh, yeah. But Grace, the thing is, both quarterbacks, Russell Wilson was pissed off in Seattle. Deshaun was pissed off in Texas. All right.
Right.
Well, guys, you guys will give you Deshaun, take Russell. Both of them will be happy and stop crying, and we'll go on and continue with our lives. But, it's never happened. Deshaun's now had way too many
I don't want to talk about that. He's presumed innocent. No, that guy, I like that guy. I don't see, the thing is I think that a guy like him attracts a lot of attention from, I don't want to put him in a bad light. But anyways.
I think it was staged. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So
I do too. Now Aaron Rodgers, he's kind of a prima donna, but I think he would do good in Seattle. He's a little taller, a different guy, and then maybe Russell Wilson has a better offensive line in Green Bay. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Gracie, you know what? We're going to run out of time, though. Interesting that you called. I saw you in the monitor, and I said, who is that? It's Grayson.
Yeah, you like how I staged this?
Yeah. The big Seahawks hat on his head. Grayson, you call back anytime, man. You're very amusing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later.
We'll talk to you later.
All right. There it is, fam. I did not picture Grayson looking like a sane, normal human being. He does.
What did you picture? No, I got a question. What was your impression of him?
I got to come up with a picture. I'll post it up. Is what I thought Grayson might look like. Anyway, Grayson, have a great night. We're going to go.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right. And there's A-N-D-E-Z B cases. I don't care what happens. We're not losing more than 3 games. Screaming Niner Empire from Brooklyn to Atlanta. Respect Ronbo Enders. Oh, Niners! Jay. Which Jay could this be?
Ronbo.
It's that Jay. Jay, come on in here, man. Ain't talked to you in a long time.
What's going on?
Man, we're sitting around here dreaming about Julio. It may not be a dream. The 49ers jump up and pull that off. I don't know who they're competing with, who else is going to try to get Julio, but,
Oh, yeah. I see. I had to call in about Julio. Got to get Julio. He ain't going for nothing more than a second, maybe a second and a fifth.
You mean nothing less? Hey, yeah. You know what?
No, nothing more. No, he ain't going for no first round. What are you talking about?
We don't have a first round, though.
D Hop on, he went for a second, and a broke down running back. And he's much younger.
Yeah.
Then whoever gets Julio got to take on that $15 million this year. So a lot of things cross themselves out right there.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. How the 49ers. Yeah, but you know what? It's like Phil said, the 49ers would know how to negotiate that. Not negotiate it, but they know how to maneuver to make that happen. So,
Oh, yeah. That money ain't no problem with them. They figure it out.
And Julio would come in and don't have to teach him nothing but the new verbiage. Julio, we've changed this to this. We've changed this to this. Changed this to this. All right? You got a few things to memorize, but Julio, just go out there and do the thing you do, Julio.
I think Kyle feel like us. He get Julio. I think he's back on the table right now.
He already said some nice things about Julio the last few days. I say Julio's on another level. That means Kyle knows Julio's probably the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Can you imagine Julio with Debo and Ayuk and George, and then with our running back? Best team in the league.
Helpless.
What weakness do we have other than right tackle after that?
Right tackle? Oh, McGlinchey. Oh, yeah. What team needs it? I even wonder if you can trade Mike McGlinchey.
I like two rookie corners, so we good in our backup corners.
You know, because I'm thinking, we're going to hear more about this in the days ahead anyway. So,
That's all we need, Ronbo, that third receiver, especially get a elite Julio. Julio can sit out the whole season just come in the playoffs. That's real tough.
Yeah, man. Because
come on, especially with this new Trey Lance out there with the new offense. What's the matter, Trey Lance? We're better to get him acclimated to the NFL than having
Julio
on the outside. Come on. What they do with Kyler Murray?
And a true deep threat. With Kyler Murray? Oh, man.
Yeah,
you know what's funny about Kyler Murray?
They went out there and got him a D-Hop. You know what I mean?
You know what? And I'm still mad about that. The 49ers, how'd they let that happen? Why didn't we try to, I don't know. I mean, you know what? That's what I'm thinking. The 49ers just might get this because they missed out on that opportunity. Here's the thing, Jay. I don't care who the quarterback is. Hopkins is going to make you look good. So,
Julio won't do the same thing.
Between D-Hop and Julio, I like Julio for what he does, but I don't rate him above Hopkins. Hopkins is scary with the baseball glove hands.
I mean, now, at this point in Julio age, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But not when Julio was
at his prime.
28.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, no. 4'3" and mean.
Oh, yeah. But he's still going to be out there dominating, especially if he get one-on-one coverage.
Oh, yeah.
They can't double worry about it. Then they're going to be worried about the run.
That's right, because even 4'4", and that's about as slow as Julio probably is going to get, is still too much for most receivers. Yeah, 6'3".
He's still 6'3", still a route runner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Athletic.
Well, you see Kyle right now, we just released Marquise Lee and resigned Benny Fowler from 5, 6, 7 teams. He's looking for a receiver.
Hey, Jay, you hit on something there. What's he getting rid of these people for?
He can't find what he's looking for.
They're getting ready to make that move. Y'all may as well go because we're not going to entertain any more time wasted with you. We got another plan here, so good luck with you.
hey, I heard they cut him on an injury waiver though. So
which one?
He probably Marquise Lee.
Yeah.
He probably ain't, but might as well look. If we get one more Super Bowl is worth the next 2 drafts.
Yeah, you know what? No matter what,
right?
And whatever money you spend, it's fine. Exactly.
Yeah. We win a Super Bowl, the next 2 drafts is all right. By the time the next 2 years over, we can start rebuilding with even younger talent. You know, I mean? That's why we made this decision to get Trey Lance to win in his 5-year Super Bowl window. Whatever opportunity are we going to be able to get an elite veteran receiver like this to give to Trey Lance?
They are hard to find. It's hard to draft one. Last time we drafted one, I mean, you look back at Rice and T.O. After that,
T.O., we left on T.O.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. After that, the well runs dry, So we've had people talk about Crabtree. I said, man, I don't want to talk about Crabtree, man. So
it's the closest thing.
Yeah. So, Jay, look at this, man. We done ran out of time. We can talk about receivers for 3-4 hours. You know what I'm saying?
That indeed back all day.
Man, I see you Sunday, huh?
All right, Ronbo. I appreciate you, man. I stay tuned all day.
Thanks, fam.
I'll just be listening.
I've been seeing you on Twitter too, man. You be killing me.
Already, my brother.
All right, Jay.
You have a blessed night. Have a blessed weekend. Have a blessed night, faithful.
Thanks, man. And be careful out there, Jay.
Bang, bang, Nana James. Let's get Julio and win 6, baby.
Let's get him
Have a
tonight.
blessed night, Rambo.
You too, fam. Night, Jay.
Already.
Oh, God. And we look up here to see Eric. Eric. B. Luke's 37. We didn't draft Anquan Bolden, though. He was like, we stole him from the Ravens. So, yeah, that's not a draft pick. Was Bolden, would you consider Bolden a number one receiver? Maybe, actually. Eric.
Yo, Ronbo.
Eric, come on in, man. Well, Eric, tonight, since you're picking up the conversation on one Julio Jones, we thought we'd talk about how nice it would be to have a Julio Jones in a 49er uniform by opening day. Oh, God. You
know, the other day I said we should get OBJ, but shit, this is way better, bro.
I know, right?
This is way better.
Because Julio comes to work. OBJ comes in, you know, he's got a visor on that's shaded. He's standing on the sideline. Referees are asking him to change his shoes. The visor was not going to work. I mean, I like OBJ, but the dude kind of is annoying, you know? He's too full of himself. He made that catch, you know, and after that catch, he hasn't been right since. He probably was a diva before he came. I know people say, Ronbo, man, don't be judging him. I'm not judging him. I'm just saying, though, he could be a problem in your locker room. I could see that.
Yeah, and I think Julio's more of a quiet guy.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
Julio. He's
lets
all
his
about
game play.
He's
you know,
all about
speak for
business.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but no, I like it. I like what Phil said. I think that's pretty much what he'd be worth. You know, a second, maybe a third. And honestly, I would throw in Wayne Gallman, the running back. I think he's another guy. I would throw him in there because we have so many.
Do they need a running back?
Their running back is Mike Davis, so I wouldn't know like how much they trust him.
When Tony calls, I remember to ask him. I think he did say something about. Tony's talked about they badly need defenders because their defensive core gives up too many points too easily. I think he did say something about a running back. They got Mike Davis, but you're right. I don't know. Mike Davis needs somebody to compliment him.
Yeah, exactly. I think they can use a backup, and you know the second and the third. I don't know if we have a third. Do we have a third?
Running backs? Oh man,
like a third pick.
I think so.
Third round pick.
Yeah, we just don't have a first round. We got a second and third round pick. We haven't traded those yet.
I know we gave one up in the trade to Miami.
That's only for. Oh. How many compensatory picks do we have?
I think we might be getting another one for Saleh.
Oh man, you know you're right. I'm not sure about that third round pick.
Yeah, anyways, yeah, I think like again, if you put Julio, what I really want for the Niners right now is another elite weapon to go along with Kittle.
I know.
That's what I want right now. I don't care if he's a number one receiver. I just want an elite weapon to go with Kittle.
Yep. You know? The draws the same amount of fear. It's gonna be hard for anybody to draw the same amount of fear as George, but still, somebody who definitely makes the DC thinking, "Damn, I got to do this." You put Julio on the field with George Kittle.
Oh, I know. And then the fastest player with Mostert. Oh my God. And then Ayuk's in motion like 80% of the time.
I know, right?
Oh, great.
Oh man. It adds so much.
I can just imagine. I can imagine a play, Ronbo, where Ayuk leaves the slot and Debo comes back and Debo's in the backfield and then Jimmy motions Kittle back in the backfield. All of a sudden, it's Debo and Kittle in the backfield. Like, what the hell?
And now you got so much personnel occupied. Now there's Julio running deep downfield. That's why. You look at over at the Kansas City Chiefs, right? And you look at why their tight end, what's his name?
Kelsey.
So yeah, you look at Kelsey. Look at Kelsey surrounded by. It's the one that he should be doing better than he's doing. The inside's always vacated.
Exactly.
He's got 2 speedsters. You know, what's he got to do?
Yeah. Why do Chiefs fans think that? Like, Kittle's on a run-first team, yet almost has the same amount of stats as Kelsey does. That makes no freaking sense.
And George does more for the run game than Kelsey's ever done. You know, so
I know exactly.
Yeah, we got
and
the
Kittle
best.
runs the ball.
Yeah, we got the best tight end, no doubt.
Exactly. And then the Raider fans over here screaming, Darren Waller, Darren Waller. Yeah, shut up.
No, yeah. Raider, they're not even in here. They know better.
I know,
Raider
exactly.
fans. Better get rid of that coach.
Dumb.
Gruden is done.
Well, I'm actually scared if the Cardinals pick up Julio.
Everybody is. That's too much. That's too much.
And yeah,
you can't defend both DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones. That is not possible.
And then you have to worry about Kyler, running the football.
Don't they have another wide receiver too?
Yeah, I think his name is Christian Kirk.
Yeah,
I don't know if he left.
No, he's still there. That's a trio right there that just would ruin everything.
And I can almost guarantee Larry Fitzgerald's gonna come back.
Fitzgerald been at home. Hey, Larry, you retired? No, I was just kidding. Listen, is my locker still available? You would have to, I would. God, because I could just ride this plane. I ain't even got to do no work. I could sit out in business class and just enjoy the ride. God.
Yeah, and then I think Julio would have to change numbers.
Oh.
If Larry wanted to come back.
Larry probably let him have it too. Nah, Julio, you know what? Julio, in honor of, it is Fitz. He'd probably say,
yeah,
you know what? I'm just here to win. Keep your number, bruh. This is your team. I'm here just to win. And I think he would do that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. They got A.J. Green, too.
Oh, great.
God. Fam, hey, tonight before you go to bed, say a prayer. Don't let this happen. Do not let Julio Jones end up. Oh, my God, I forgot about Green. Green, Hopkins, Jones, Kirk, and Larry Fitzgerald comes back out of retirement.
I agree.
That could be the greatest assembly from top to bottom, wide receiver room in NFL history.
Yeah, I think that is in NFL history right there.
Oh, God.
And they improved their offensive line. They added a center that the freaking Raiders gave up for a bag of chips.
See, you made me crazy. We're out of time. Let's see you Sunday. And
All
I'm
right,
serious,
Ronbo.
man. Pray tonight. Don't let this happen, man. He cannot go to the Cardinals. Oh, God. All right, man. Let's see you Sunday.
All right. Later, Ronbo.
Later. Damn, I forgot about Green. He is the newest member of TNT. He is Snyder Mike. Forget about it. Mike, get in here.
Oh, what do you know? What do you say, Ronbo? Forget about it. What's going on over there?
Oh, Mike, man,
on
we're
a
talking
late
about
Friday night, Ronbo. How the hell are you over there,
fabulous,
Ronbo?
fam. Fabulous. How you doing?
It's been a long last couple of days, to be honest with you. But hey, thank God it's Friday, right, Ronbo?
Yeah,
I'm
I say
hanging
that every
out,
week.
relaxing.
Yeah.
It came in right at the perfect time this week. Let me tell you.
Well, you tell you what, Mike, it's now become a strategic thing. The 49ers need to stop the Cardinals from getting anybody in our division. We got to stop anybody in this division from getting Julio Jones. Can you imagine A.J. Green, DeAndre Hopkins, Larry Fitzgerald, and now Julio Jones? That's absurd.
Yeah, Ronbo. I don't think Larry's there no more, Ronbo. Didn't Larry?
He'll come back.
Or did Larry come back?
Well, he'll come back and be
He
here's
came
Julio,
back?
sons. Watch him.
Yeah, nah. I don't think he would. I don't think he would, Ronbo. I don't think there's enough balls to go around for all that, Ronbo.
There really isn't. But you just want a ring. He's already a legend. Why do I need a ring? I mean, work. Let them play. Larry, you want to play? Coach, you know what? I don't need to play. I'm just here to get a ring.
Yeah, look, if we could get him at a major discount, Ronbo, and a renegotiated contract, then then I think it's definitely worth it.
I agree.
But I agree. I think what was about another caller or two callers ago, somebody had said about what they gave up for DeAndre Hopkins. Now, granted, all right, Bill O'Brien isn't running the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, so we can't exactly expect the Saturday
D-Hop kind
yard
of deal.
sale special. Yeah, but at the same time, though, he had a lot of points as far as where Julio is in his career and how with his age and everything like that. I think we really shouldn't give up too much, especially after what we already gave up, this off season, Ronbo.
Yeah, we can't afford to give up anything else.
You know what I mean? Hey, I like our receivers, Ronbo. I really do. We just got to stay freaking healthy. You know
and
what
that's
I mean?
number one.
Listen here, this is the bottom line. All right, if we got Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel out there together every game, I kind of really don't give a shit who you put in the slot or wherever or however you move them around. Kyle's gonna get those two guys involved and get them the ball. I think they were on the field last year, Ronbo, 2-3 times together at the most, were they? Or not even that, really.
If that, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really think that with a little bit of chemistry and with those two being healthy and constantly being on the field together, I like our receiver combination. Exactly. And then, who knows? We got a couple of guys that could be real surprises. You know what I mean? Specifically, Jalen Hurd, if he could just, I swear, whatever the hell him and whatever him and D Ford eat or wherever they go, whatever they drive, whatever. Man, they need to call up Drew Brees and ask him about those friggin' mattresses he was trying to sell. Friggin' mattress commercial, whatever.
Is Drew been trying to sell furniture?
What the hell he's sleeping on over there? Yeah, and figure it out. I don't know, but if we could get a couple of these guys to just be on the field and not in the stands, then I think honestly, Ronbo, I like who we got personally, and from the sound of it. We might got ourselves a few gems in the cornerback position. Sounds like that one kid, Lenore, whatever. I think he looked pretty good.
He's out of his mind.
Word was he looked pretty good in the mini camp. So we'll see. I'm excited. I think we might have got ourselves a few sleepers there, and I like who we got personally when it comes to wide. I really don't think we need to give all that up. You know what I mean? I really don't.
And that actually makes a lot of sense, Mike. Can't even argue that. It's greed that overwhelms some of our thinking, Well,
I mean, listen. Obviously, in a perfect world, look, if you could have Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and Julio Jones. I mean, I'm not gonna. I definitely wouldn't friggin' complain about that combination. All right, let's get that straight right now. It's not exactly like I would forget about that. And you could forget about it. You sprinkle in the red hot Kittle over there, and I mean, you're talking about one of the most potent offenses. In a long time. I'm not just talking about 49ers. Let's be honest here. If we were to get Julio Jones, and we have a healthy with the other three, with Kittle, Deebo, and Ayuk, and you got Kyle Shanahan drawing shit up, forget about it. Listen, who was that just called in? Grayson.
Blank spaces all over the field.
Hey, listen here, Grayson. You would have a lot of great days up there. I like you, kid. You sounded nice and everything, but it's already rainy in Seattle. So, do a couple prayers and a couple hula hoops and hallelujahs and hope that we don't get a guy like Julio Jones. Because if we do, you could really forget about it, Grayson. It's going to be really sad up there for you and the Sea Feathers. You know what I mean? The little sea scums up there. Forget about it, Ronbo. Don't get me started on the freaking sea bumps. You know how I feel about them. Freaking, I don't know. I like pigeons more than I like freaking sea scum birds. I'm telling you that right now. And I don't freaking like pigeons. I really freaking don't. But when it comes to the sea scum, everything else applies before the sea scum. Let's just get that
And Joseph
straight.
Smiley, who's even below that.
Joey Joe Blow. Joseph Smiley, he was on here so tough, and then nothing, Ronbo. Boy, he fell off a friggin' cliff, didn't he? After the playoffs, he fell off a friggin' cliff. Didn't see Smiley. There was no smiles for Smiley. Smiley was a freaking smiling, no more. And it is what it is. I can't wait to take it out on him this year, Ronbo. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited for it. That's for sure.
Agreed. Mike, we'll wrap it up. Let's see you Sunday, all right?
All right, Ronbo. I'll try to get with you on Sunday. All of the faithfuls out there, shout out to all of you. Have a great weekend. Shout out to the TNT family and everybody.
Yeah.
I love all of you. Stay safe, all right? And I'll haul that shit. We'll definitely try to link up with you on Sunday, Ronbo, all right? And we got to talk about what game you're going to go to with me, Ronbo. We got to get that wired out. We'll talk about that Sunday.
Can you imagine?
All
right, Mikey. Have a good night, fam.
All right, Ronbo. Forget about it. All right, Ronbo.
All right. Night, Mike. And Paul Third says, sup? People saying Julio is injury prone don't know what an injury is. Big guys get soft tissue injuries like strains and pull muscles. George Kittle, right? Every week. He's never had a serious injury. Definitely an asset. As a matter of fact, Julio's never had an ACL, has he? Or anything like that. I think he's hurt his shoulder. Every wide receiver in the NFL has hurt his shoulder at least once, right? So, anyway. Paul, thanks for the contribution, fam. It's Ellis time. Ellis. Come back, Ellis. He's probably tied up with the kids. Oh, here he is. Hey, Tony. Tony from Atlanta. And
Ronbo, how are you?
Tony, how you doing?
Hey, Ronbo, check your message board. I just sent a message about all the teams, the top 5 teams that are under the cap with their cap number. It's on Tony Wright. You'll see it on your message board.
All right. When you say message board here on the chat, are you talking or on
yes,
my?
Sir, on the chat.
Oh, okay.
On the chat.
Because we'll scroll down there in a minute and see. Because the thing is,
guys are third.
Yeah. Because the thing is, oh, there they are. There's Tony Wright. Each team that's under the cap with the cap number 1, Indy. Yep, I knew about them. Chargers. They've been talking about them. San Francisco, New England, and Baltimore. Baltimore's at least one in the running, actually. Yeah, Indy.
Yeah.
Man. Indy's right there, too. Hey, Tony, we talked about this a few weeks ago, that the Falcons were in such a condition that they were having problems figuring out how to pay their draft picks. I've never heard of a situation where you're sitting there telling your guys on your you just drafted, listen, we're not going to be able to pay you this year. Wait, before you get upset, listen, here's what we're going to do. I mean, how does that work, Tony?
They're going to figure out a way. But another thing we can do to keep Julio, if we restructure Julio, give Brady Jarrett a new deal and restructure Dante Fowler, and cut a couple of starters, then we'd be under the cap.
Does it sound like that? Does it sound like Julio would be willing to take is he happy in Atlanta? Is he okay?
Nobody's talked to Julio. He hasn't come to the voluntary men's camp yet. And this negative mainstream media is trying to twist Matt Ryan's words from his press conference. All Matt Ryan said was Julio is his guy, but it's not his decision of what the front office do, but Julio is his guy. Now they're trying to say that Julio went to somebody and say he'd rather play with Cam Newton than Matt Ryan. Julio never said that. Unnamed sources.
Welcome to the world of the 49ers, okay? Because you know what? The media is all about the headlines, the draw of attention, and that is outrageous. And, if you say anything, you make matters worse. If you're anybody in the front office or anything else, you go in and you deny it, people immediately think, yeah, he said it. And
if you don't say anything, they fabricate stuff like in this case.
They'll add to it. It'll be worse tomorrow. Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon, Julio will be so misquoted, as will Ryan, and they'll develop a rift between them. Unless they get together. They'll probably talk to each other, and make that straight. Well, here's the thing. Is it if Julio's willing to restructure his contract and some of the things you just mentioned take place, then he'll stay in Atlanta?
Yes. But
Okay,
it's
so
got to
why?
be more than just Julio. It's got to be Grady Jarrett, and it's got to be Dante Fowler too.
They've got to be all on board to make sure that Julio stays. What's the relationship between? What does the clubhouse look like in Atlanta?
It's pretty good, but now it's under that new regime, Ronbo. You know, new general manager, new head coach. So it's kind of we don't know. You know.
Because the next step is going to have to be taken
Shout out
soon.
to
The
Matt
season's,
Ryan, though.
yeah, he's a leader. He's supposed to be able to pull all those guys together and have a talk with them, invite them over for dinner, and talk to them about things like that. Bring Julio in, guys. We got to make some moves to help the organization out. If we want to keep one of the best receivers of all time, guys, you game for that or something. We don't need to wait for him to ask us. Let's just go ahead and volunteer or something like that. What kind of leader is Matt Ryan, though?
He's a great leader. Matt Ryan's a good person. Ronbo, like a lot of people in Atlanta. And I'm going to say it, I don't like to pull the race card. A lot of people want Matt Ryan gone because he's white. They still in love with Michael Vick. Michael Vick was not a leader. He said he wasn't a leader. Michael Vick was always the first one to lead. He didn't study his playbook. Matt Ryan is the opposite of all that. Matt Ryan started a fund for the Black Lives Matter in Atlanta. He wanted $20 million. Ronbo, he started it by donating $5 million of his own money.
See, I like him already, just from that alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if Michael Vick, who pissed me off that year when he was having dog fights, is everybody's favorite dude, something's really wrong with the fan base, fam. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not all. A lot of us we're pulling. You know, we support Matt Ryan. How do you don't like the ninth all-time leading passer in NFL history?
You know, part of the most productive offense. It's seventh most popular. I mean, not the seventh most productive offense in NFL history. That's very strange.
Yes, sir.
People will do that. They'll do it.
But you know what, though, Ronbo? You remember weeks leading up to the draft, everybody was saying the 49ers going to take Mac Jones. And we knew that wasn't true. I think this is the same thing. I hope. Julio Jones is gone. He's gone. Nope. On the way.
You know,
we'll find out soon.
You know, the media's going to finally do enough, lose enough in credibility. Their integrity is going to be shot with 49er fans next year. What they did this year with Mac Jones, that really left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. There was no need for nobody's going to believe a word they say next year this time of year. Not a word.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard you was talking to some other callers about the Arizona Cardinals Arsenal. Y'all forgot about those two young kids, Keyshawn Johnson and Andy Isabella, wide receivers. They got two receivers in Arizona.
You know, and that's why Julio, I do not want to see him over there under any circumstances.
They don't have the cap. I don't want him going to Indianapolis. Indianapolis kind of worries me. I don't think he's going to LA Chargers. If he goes anywhere, I don't want him going anywhere. I would love for him to go to you guys.
You know,
Indianapolis, I'm kind of worried.
Indy's finally going to get it right. I don't know why they didn't do better than they did last year. They got everything in place, but, you know, they still seem to come up with a problem.
I tell you what, that new general manager, Terry Fowler, if he trades Julio Jones, they're going to be calling for his head already.
Well, see, that's the first thing I thought. He just got there, and first thing you do is come in and get rid of Julio? That's going to be a problem.
You know where he's from?
No.
New Orleans.
You know what? That's going to get him in double trouble.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into what happened in New Orleans, but you know what? He's got to be really careful. And you're in Atlanta, too?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got a chance to do something. We got a good defensive coordinator to get this defense right. We got some young players on our defense, and you're going to trade Julio. If we trade Julio Jones, and I'm not saying one player makes a difference, but expect another double-digit loss season this year.
No, you can't get rid
because
of premier.
he gets double coverage. Julio makes it better for everybody else, Ronbo.
It makes everything
he
work.
He causes defensive confusion.
Absolutely. He draws. The defense has to respect Jones when he's on the field. That's all there is to it. You have to.
Yep.
You can't lag off him. You can't give him room. If you don't watch him, he's going to score.
If he comes to you guys are definitely going back to the bowl.
Yeah, oh, God, it's a
Got
pipe
the cap
dream.
space to do it.
Yeah,
I just don't want to. I just hope we can find a way to keep him.
At the end of the day, I would bet on that.
You know what, though? Another thing that's a slap in the face, let's say you guys get him. Game 1, if Julio gets 105 yards, Julio Jones just went over the 13,000-yard mark.
Ooh.
In Game 1, he's going to pass Jason Witten. Game 2, he's going to pass Steve Largent.
Oh.
Game 4 of the season, he's going to pass Andre Reed. He's going up the list. He's going to be here every week. Every other week, he's passing this receiver, that receiver.
Oh, that would be amazing. He should get it in Atlanta, though, actually. Well, all things are said and done. But Tony, we're going to go. Good stuff. Sunday, we'll keep an eye on this situation and see what develops between now and then, okay?
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you Sunday.
Looking forward to it. All right, Tony.
All right, have a good one.
You too. God, isn't that amazing? Right from the horses. I mean, Tony, he's right there. That's his team. So if anything's going on, he knows. That's amazing. Hey, Horace, thanks for saying we need a big possessive receiver like J.J. Stokes. Horace, you're kidding, right? Don't get me started on Stokes. All right. Hey, Ellis, are you? Thanks, Horace, for the contribution, though. Hey, Ellis. Oh, it's 480 in Arizona. AZ, Arizona.
I'm from Arizona.
Yeah. What is
I'm
your
out
name?
here.
Ew. What is your name?
My name is Ryan.
Ryan. All right. Come on in, man.
I'm on. Okay. What's
up? You are on, Ryan.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. This is my first time calling. I watched you, Ronbo, for a long time. I love you, man. Love the Niner Nation here. I'm so honored to be on right now.
Ryan, you're in Arizona? Ryan, remember, you got to refer to the 49ers. They're above nation. Nation status is for the Hawks and Cardinals, Raiders. We are an empire.
Yes. Brick by brick.
Hey, Ryan, we're looking at Julio Jones. How would you like to have Julio Jones in a San Francisco 49er uniform? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's going to happen?
I think it's very possible. A lot of people were contemplating whether the Falcons were going to possibly pick a quarterback that was going to, succeed, be the successor of Matt Ryan.
And they did not appreciate the 49ers getting Trey Lance.
And maybe that was their guy.
Yeah.
And maybe we stepped on their toes on that one.
I think so, because that reaction is strange. Yeah.
Very possible. But I do want to say that Jimmy Garoppolo, he is a similar type of quarterback as Matt Ryan. Why not trade Jimmy Garoppolo? For Matt Ryan? I'm going to say like a third and a fifth, because we've been landing on them fifth picks. You already know that, fifth round picks. You already know that. So we might as well reward them one of those, because it's probably a lucky draw.
What does Ryan get a year? They're trying to cut salary. Jimmy's salary is probably more than they want to pay. I don't know. Does Ryan get 30, 40 million? How much is his salary?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, the 49ers can't afford Matt Ryan. What would end up happening is, because Ryan's paid incredible money, and you've already got Trey Lance waiting in the wings, right? So you'd have to go. No. We wouldn't trade for Matt Ryan. We would trade them Jimmy Garoppolo to have him there, and we'd be getting then they could cut Ryan.
Julio Jones.
Yeah.
And that money.
Me now.
There you go, because when he's done, Jimmy Garoppolo could take over.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
Yeah, that's an angle. You know what, though? They probably want, if they're going to go a player, they're going to want a defender. And we got some prime-time defenders. For all we know, Javon Kinlaw could be a force this year. You already know about Fred Nick. I'm even looking at this kid that we just got, Diablo Lord. You know what? Ryan, I got to tell you, man, that dude, we're not taking him seriously because what's going on right now. he's one of them dudes, I got a feeling. He's that Richard Sherman that nobody's seen coming, and we got him in the 5th round.
Oh.
That boy's, you watched him on tape yet? He is tenacious.
I've seen.
He's vicious.
He's awesome.
He's a
awesome.
junkyard dog.
That's why we it was one of the last broadcasts. He was, hey man, we got some 5th round treasures
every year.
Like these 5th round picks
Greenlaw.
might mean something now. Right.
Give us 2 5th-round
Yeah,
picks.
man.
We're not asking trade for 5th-round picks from now on. We want to do this.
Right.
Give us a 5th-round pick. You can get this.
Yeah.
You want a 5th-round pick for him?
Yeah.
Give us 2. Okay.
Bam. Money. Yeah.
So
right on, man.
But to get Julio on the roster, man, that would change the dynamic of the 49ers wide air attack. The thing is, Ryan, we just picked up running backs because Kyle's got plans on bloodying people up this year. There's going to be some the ambulance is going to be waiting outside this year, Ryan. 49ers it's going to be physical this year like we ain't seen yet. So
hype.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I think that's what 49er football is built
should be
of.
Yes.
Is straight, rugged, in the trenches. Let's knock them down. Give them hell today, boys.
You hear that?
Now, my bad. I got a little loud. Sorry.
You did that? He's cool. It's going to get crazy, though.
I just see us as warriors. We're out there.
Oh, yeah.
I see us Niners as warriors. With that whole 300 chant.
Because look at what we got.
out there.
You got George Kittle who can make that run game work. You got Juice. You got guys like Trey Sermon and Wayne Gallman. And that's already going to be a butchering force right there. You got who else is also the battering ram? I got Jeffrey Wilson Jr. Now all of a sudden, they're licking their wounds. Bring Mostert in the game.
Money.
Boom! Oh, look at they didn't see him. It's too quick. It's good transition. Kyle's got a plan.
Yep.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yep. It's gonna be a great year.
And Mike McGlinchey can't hurt you on the other side because Mike's a road grader. You got Trey Williams on the other side. And you got that big dude named Aaron Banks out. Ryan, man, Ryan, let me stop. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's gonna get crazy out there.
Man, this is quite honestly an honor. Man, I can't believe I was talking to you right now, Ronbo.
Anytime.
Shit, I've been following you for years, man. Years.
Appreciate that.
And this is the first time I finally got on the phone, and I'm like, oh, shit, what up?
Ryan, with Julio, man, I don't know. I'm not going to get my hopes on that. I can't imagine that. It's just almost too much to believe. When we were trying to get OBJ, I thought he was coming. He got away, We had Emmanuel Sanders for a minute. We did well. We ain't had anybody else. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Just, if Julio comes, good. I'll be happy. And if not, I'll be happy. You got to stay. You got to keep your mind at a place where you don't want to get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, exactly. You got to keep your mind ready.
Yeah. So, what else, fam? What else you thinking?
What I'm thinking is, I wanted to really spotlight on Trey Lance a little bit too, because I feel that if he did have a receiver like Julio Jones, man, how much would that help? We would have Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, and Julio Jones. I mean,
you have a little bit of everything. You got a great route runner, you got a serious deep threat, and you got a bruiser.
Yep.
That would be the ultimate.
And you got GK right there too.
Oh. And if Jalen Hurd were for some reason run out there, I'm ready, coach. Uh-oh. You got 2 goal line threats. I got Julio here. I got Jalen over here. What y'all go do?
I mean, and Jalen Hurd, he could even play some quarterback. That guy throws down the field to Julio.
And you got Trey Sermon in the backfield, and him and Wayne Gallman, they don't believe in going down.
Yeah. He'll cut the mid. Shit, take it right down the middle.
Oh, it's gonna be a good season,
Yeah,
fam.
that would be exciting, man. It would really. I mean, I know us Niners fans, man. We've been waiting for this wide receiver
For a
core to
long
get
time.
much stronger for years, and it's getting strong. And I mean, a push like this with Julio, God.
Right, great to meet you, fam. We gotta go. If you get a chance, I'll be waiting for you Sunday, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here all the time now, Ronbo. You
All
my
right,
man.
fam. Appreciate you, fam.
All
Have a
right,
great
brother.
night.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Ronbo!
Was that Brian?
Yeah, that was weak.
Brian's got it. He's got it down. Got to get that
I
Hollywood
just
leave.
had to do it. I heard it. I got to do it.
I loved it.
Hey,
Have a good night, fam.
Take care, my man.
You too.
Appreciate the love. Shout out.
back at
9.5. Let's go. Question 6.
All right, fam. And wait, it's Rudy. Oh, Rudy, you know what? I've decided. My production people asked, listen, if Rudy's going to come in and make comments, any comment for $2, we're not reading it. You're not a 49er fan. I didn't make that rule. I'm thinking, production. All right, Rudy, we'll give you that. We'll be nice to Rudy. I mean, Rudy's been around here so much. He's actually a closet Niner fan. Well, I mean, otherwise, why would he be hanging around with us all the time? I'm starting to be concerned about Grayson as well. These guys want to be 49er fans, but they're just born in the wrong place. Rudy says, Ronbo, Niners are soft, always hurt, can't be physical. Rudy, you keep telling yourself that. Ellis! Where's Texas boy?
Ronbo.
Yo, who is this?
This is Gabe, Philadelphia.
Wait. What's your name?
Gabe.
Dave?
Yep.
Dave.
Hey, Ronbo. I've been watching you for a minute now. Finally in.
Dave, can I get you to hold on? Dave, can I get you to hold on just for a second though? Let me get back because you don't unmute yourself. I'll get you in just a second, okay?
All right.
All right, right, Dave down. All right. Let's give a shot at Ellis. All right. Ellis, because he's been waiting. Ellis. All right. Dave, come on back, Dave. Ellis is tied up. All right. Dave.
Hey.
Dave, great to meet you, man.
Hey, good to talk to you, man.
Appreciate it.
Now, I know I'm just like anybody else, very excited if we do get Julio, which we wouldn't know until about a week or two after June 1st.
Dave, you know what they'll do, just like we do with everything else? They'll suddenly announce it, because the 49ers, when they're real, the 49ers love to surprise you with all of a sudden. And the 49ers have been rumored that Ian Rappaport is reporting, if anybody else says it, Adam Schefter will pay attention. Ian Rappaport is reporting the 49ers have just come to a deal with the Atlanta Falcons for Julio Jones. You know what's going to happen? We're all just going to do it at the same time, Dave. Wait. I don't even
What's
have
happening
asthma.
right now is behind closed doors, they're working on the deal right now.
Quietly.
So then once June 1st comes, boom, the news is going to hit.
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. That's going to be unbelievable.
Now, I know you said earlier that you would rather have Julio than OBJ, but you got to think about it. We'll probably, if we did acquire Julio, we probably only have him for about 2 more years.
Yeah, I agree.
It
would be nice to have OBJ. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, hopefully, a person like OBJ is all about team construction.
See, I was getting ready to ask about that. Exactly.
He might act a little different, or be more dedicated to actually football than his brand, as he calls it. So, but
Kyle
either
had talked
or,
with
it
him,
will definitely be an upgrade.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Kyle had a talk with OBJ, and that's why they were trying so hard to get him. Apparently, they understood each other. So I thought OBJ, if he came to San Francisco, he would come under with no preconceived notions. Everything would have been made clear, whatever conversation they'd had. So once he puts on that red and gold uniform, we kind of expect a certain kind of behavior from you. So no tinted visors, no shoes that you were told before the game you can't wear on the field. Come on out, focus on winning football. That's all I want for you, you know? So I think that was
And you got to
understood.
think, maybe even if so, a person like Jerry Rice is going to reach out to him and talk to him to see if he really,
he
is
messes
there
up.
and focused.
Yeah, Rice would be in the locker room immediately on him. You see, because I can hear Rice now. I mean, you know what? I spoke up for you, all right? Don't come in and embarrass me like that. What the hell's wrong with you? See it now.
Exactly.
Yes. So
Now, the only thing I dislike about what we're doing so far is just the running backs. We have too many running backs. We need one solid, go-to guy that we can rely on all the time. Every year, 3 of our running backs always get hurt. And and that's the only reason why we're going through rotation is because these guys can't stay healthy. If we had a nice, healthy star running back, man, I mean, the sky's the limit with that.
And
But
they're
we
going
had
to find out in
McKinnon
camp.
for 3 years. He never played the full season. Then we had Mostert. Then we had Coleman. It's like, man, can someone just stay in and play a full, at least 15 games?
17 now. I mean, he plays 16.
Yeah, 17 now. But, I mean, if we can get a solid running back, I think, even with our team, how is it constructed now, I think, we'll be the team to reckon with in the NFC West.
Dave, I wonder if the offensive line has anything with those
our
injuries.
defense is pretty nice, too.
Yeah.
I mean, those injuries.
Maybe they don't get hurt as badly this year. I'm hoping. That offensive line has been much
fingers
improved.
crossed.
Those holes will be bigger and clearer. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. So I like how our team is constructed right now as we speak. And it would be even better if we can get Richard Sherman to come back and re-sign. I know he's still in a limbo, but we need that veteran leadership also.
Dave, you mentioned, I was just thinking about that. I still got a couple of Richard Sherman shirts in my closet. I was picking it up. I look at, I can't even wear this shirt anymore. I wonder if Sherman's coming back. He's still unemployed. Sherm!
Hey, Ronbo, what if you got to put it on? Let him know that you want him back.
I was gonna wear it today. It's a nice fit too.
You got to advertise for him,
Oh God,
But we need a person like him. What I'm actually was kind of confused about was we always needed a safety or a free safety, and a few years ago when what's the guy from oh my gosh, I'm drawing in the blank. That played with Sherman in Seattle.
The one who got hurt?
No,
no, I know. Earl
Thomas.
Thomas.
There you go, Earl Thomas. All right, so if we would have got Earl after he got released from Baltimore, just imagine what our secondary would have looked like.
I know, right? Earl,
and even the old safety from the Chiefs that had got released, that he had that health problem. I think he had cancer.
I wanted him a few years ago too. Yeah, I agree. That guy was
that
tough.
would have been perfect.
Yeah. Earl,
Dave, that's the only thing we need to build on.
Earl would have been upset though because we got to play the Titans this year. Earl doesn't want to see Derrick Henry no more.
Hey, that would have been his get back. You be like, hey, you want revenge? Come sign with us so you can get back at him for manhandling you with that
in
one
front
run
of everybody. That video went viral.
Hey, look, everyone got man. You think what happened to Newman? He got manhandled too.
Derek does that every week to somebody. I would never be a victim. I was always smart enough to know you got to make a business decision in certain situations. Coach can yell at me all he wants to. If Derrick Henry's coming down the field 100 miles an hour, I'm not stepping in front of no car. Why would I do that?
You gotta take a page from Dion and be like, hey, look, this is a business decision, and I'm gonna pass on that, man. Or go for the legs. If you go for the legs, the worst you can do is jump. And you be like, hey, look, I tried.
And the coach be looking at you crazy, but you still tried.
Exactly.
Dave, we ran out of time. Dave, great to meet you. Let's see you on Sunday, okay?
All righty. Dave, you take care. Good night.
You too, Dave. Appreciate you. Night. Yeah, Derrick Henry, man. We got to play the Titans this year. I'm not looking forward to that. When I said the playoffs last year, man, I feel sorry for me. I got to play the Titans next. Hawaiian Bill, what's up, fam? Suck a big D, Bosa, all you Niner haters. We'll see y'all at the Super Bowl next year. Hawaiian Bill. Hey, I noticed, and Tommy Huxley's in here. Tommy, I finally went and checked you out. Tommy's a blues man. That dude can play the guitar. Anna Marie's right. I said, wow, look at Tommy play. Check him out. Tommy Huxley. Dude's a blues man. Dude works that guitar. Hey, Ellis. Ellis.
Ronbo.
Yeah. Ellis.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, tonight, man, we're sitting there talking about the possibility of Julio, since the conversation keeps picking up, it's starting to develop legs. It no longer seems to be a rumor, Ellis. Are we going to get Julio? Do we need Julio? Would you like to have Julio? I know, right? The last question was rhetorical. I mean, what kind of question was that?
Yeah, man.
Give me some of that.
Look, since Julio's been in the league, man, I think he's only had like 2 seasons where he's been like under 500 yards or 600-700 yards.
I didn't hear about those
receiving, and every other year has been like 1,000 and up, 1,700, 1,800,
nearly got 2,000 under
1,400.
Kyle. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's up in age, and I understand. There's some things that, we have concerns about. I would gladly take a Julio Jones. I would gladly take him.
You don't have to take the whole workload either,
comes with,
so he can be 32, because we got some other guys.
And he knows what to do. Kyle knows how to get him the ball, how to get him open. Julio knows how to get open. He's a very smart veteran, Hall of Fame player that we could, I would take him. Yeah. And the good thing about it is they're talking about his cap hit, but the next couple of years, I think we would be responsible for like 15. Yeah. We'd be responsible for 15 because Atlanta, covered a lot of that money and stuff already. And then 11.5, I guess, the next couple of years. Yeah. We can restructure him. We can restructure that. And if nothing less, we can actually manage that. If Emmanuel Sanders got 9-point-something million in New Orleans, I mean, what the hell is 11.1 million for, or 11.5, I mean, for Julio Jones, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that probably is even negotiable because he wants a ring. And he knows where to go. Julio knows where to come.
Yeah.
He knows where to come. It ain't going to be with Belichick. Belichick and them is going to ball, but they're not where we're at right now. You know what I'm saying? Belichick is coming though, but
Indy's involved. Also the Chargers.
Yeah, Indy's good. Yeah, Indy's good. Chargers, yeah. So I think it just makes nothing but sense. I mean, think about all the players that Kyle's gotten that.
If you're an offensive player, you gotta want to play for Kyle, though. You're right. If I'm an offensive player, I want to go with Shanahan. That guy. That's where the fun is.
Yeah. And it's gonna, bring such. It's gonna wreck the brains of the defenses that we play, game in and game out, because they're not gonna know what the hell to do, who to cover. Julio, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Raheem Mostert. I mean, Elijah Mitchell, whoever's coming out the backfield, Sermon. There's just too much weaponry, and they're just all gonna deflate.
Yeah. And we finally got an answer to D-Hop over in Arizona. Now, y'all got D-Hop? Look what we got. Yes, let's go. So we're gonna see.
Man, they're looking good, man, over there. I think Arizona will probably be second behind us, and then I think the Rams and the Seahawks will, we'll let them figure out what they want to do with the last 2 spots.
Hey, since you're on that subject, who's bringing up the basement this year?
Say again, who's what?
Who do you think is going to bring up the basement in the NFC West this year?
Bring up the basement?
Yeah, the basement. I'm in 4th place.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I would prefer the Hawks. To do 4th place because, they're a bit too excited. Their fan base is too excited. They need to be. There hasn't been enough humbling going on around. And you guys got about maybe a year or 2 more left of Rusty. He's not going to want to stay there anymore. He's not going to, he's not retired in Seattle. But,
if he gets sacked, oh no, we just had a Raider fan. I just talked about Raider fans the other day who never join us anymore. And here comes a Raider fan. Guys, don't let that Raider fan come out unmolested. Beat him up. But Ellis, I'm telling you right now, it's quiet. I wonder if indeed the 49ers are quietly trying to see if they can slide Julio on over here. They got rid of Lee today. Marquise Lee? Yeah, yesterday. Told Marquise Lee.
And they got Fowler. Yeah, and they got that guy Fowler. I don't understand, but maybe it's just a
camp meet.
Yeah. And Kyle's going to keep some of these guys, man. I don't know if he's going to keep Travis Benjamin or Fowler. One of those 2 guys are going to make the squad because I've seen Travis Benjamin out there. He's the one with the real long dreads, and he's like a little thinner.
Oh God!
But that looks like him with the receivers and stuff.
Oh, Travis, man, he can't afford to lose no weight.
I believe that was him. So I'm hoping that that speed is gonna benefit him. But man, Jalen Darden is over there. They're talking about Jalen Darden out over there in Tampa Bay. Gonna be probably the number 3 a secret weapon out there, man. I remember I was telling you about him a while back, and you were saying he's kind of small. Yeah. But boy, they picked up a gem, and he's gonna get utilized out here. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, fam. Yeah. But it's just. It's exciting, though. You know what I mean? We have actually something to be proud of, and I feel like within what we did in the off season with the signings and new acquisitions, and then the draft, there's just really no reason to be discouraged. And so we got a lot to be encouraged about. And it's funny, a lot of these guys, the teams in our division, all got Debo players, and they are really trying to create a Kyle-like offense. Everybody's trying to run Kyle's offense. It looks like.
I said that last year.
Close to it.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get them a Debo.
Flattering.
Yeah, it is, actually.
Yeah, it's quite flattering.
Yeah, but can you do it? Debo's a one of a kind. When that hamstring ain't hurting, Debo comes around that corner on them sweeps. Oh, that is fun stuff. He never goes down immediately, and I mean ever.
Yeah, Debo is the sled, and y'all better hold on.
He is a catalyst, so you're right. He does fire that offense. Every now and then, when you think about 2019, it was always Debo that got things started, almost always. And everybody else picked up off his lead. But Debo coming on that corner or making that catch or beating people up, going down the field, boy, he may not be Derrick Henry, but he does a lot of damage coming down the field.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Brother Ronbo. Lastly, I would say I'm glad about, the stuff going on as far as the Julio talks, because it was going to be him or Odell Beckham. I felt like in the offseason we were going to try to acquire at some point. We were going to try to get a receiver or another player. I'm just trying to think about now, who is Kyle going to put on the trade block to go to Atlanta? Because it's going to be either a draft pick and a player, or, something of that effect. So I'm just trying to think of who's he going to send. And I think we talked about,
Atlanta is looking to cut salary. I wonder though, they're going to want more than one draft pick, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, or a solid enough player.
Yeah, he's got to get paid less than 20 though. And that does not include Fred or Nick, because when their contracts go up, that's good, boy. And Fred's got to be paid now.
Well, thank God for that. Thank God for the salary cap going up next year. So a lot of these things we'll be able to afford. I think it's all going to pan itself out. But if we can get Julio, to come down a little bit and get a nice negotiation with him, sign him about 3 years, or something like that, 2-3 year minimum at least. And I think we'll be in good, in good space with that core and those offensive weapons we already have.
All right, Ellis. I'll tell you what, it's going to get crazy between now and next weekend. I can see right now. Tell you what, I'll see you Sunday then. All right.
Yes, sir, Brother Ronbo. I don't know if it probably will wait. My birthday's tomorrow. So maybe we can wait and let's do it for Sunday then. Maybe
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes. 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 Right. We'll do that right away Sunday. All right.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
You
Thank you
have
for
a happy
the
birthday in the
platform, Brother
meantime.
Ronbo, as always.
All right, Phil.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And shout out to the good guys, the good non-faithful. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Y'all know what we're doing. We're trying to get to 250K. So let's get there. Peace,
Thanks,
Brother
Ellis.
Ronbo.
Thanks, man. Night. Here goes Ellis, the birthday boy. And it's just like Sean Smith. Come on in.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Sean, man, we're sitting here and ruminating over the fact that Julio Jones is still being put up for auction. I just wonder if indeed he's going to leave, or is Atlanta going to figure out a way to keep him, or is he hurting them that bad they got to get rid of him? Will we be the guys to win the Julio Sweepstakes? And, what do you think, Sean?
Man, I sure hope so. I mean, Julio has been my favorite player since he came into the league. And if he reunites with Kyle with this current team,
don't even have to
it is going to be an absolute nightmare.
Oh, Sean.
For other teams.
You brought up something. You know what? Okay, Taylor Gabriel, Mohamed Sanu. Who else was on that team when 2019? Gabriel, Sanu.
I remember they had Hooper. That's all I remember. They had Hooper at tight end. I can't remember any of the other wide receivers, but Julio was the alpha.
Was the main guy. But do we overall possibly have a better cast of receivers than they had in 20?
Oh, no question. No question.
Right?
I mean, just Ayuk alone
and Debo
in his rookie season is better than anybody else that was in that wide receiver corps. And then you add Debo in there.
Hooper was a tight end, right? And you're talking Kittle now. This is... Yes. The 49ers got to be seriously trying to get him. I'm joking, but I bet they are.
I really hope they are, because that would make our offense borderline unstoppable. It doesn't even matter who's in there, quarterback at that point.
Right?
It's going to be I mean, just think about it. Just close your eyes for 1 second and picture this. Julio lined up next to Ayuk, and then on the other side, you got Kittle lined up next to Debo, and then the backfield, you got Trey Lance lined up with Trey Sermon. Oh my God!
Hey, did you mention Ayuk already? Wait, what'd you put? Ayuk's in the slot, right?
Ayuk, yeah, right next to Julio.
Yeah,
right next to Julio. Oh, I mean, come on now.
And these guys are now, and Ayuk's no longer a rookie. Debo is certainly not a rookie. We don't have anybody out there learning anything. This is what always bothered me. So, these rookies got to come in, they got to go through this phase, and then they become who they are, We ain't got that this year.
That's another thing. We talk about how much Emmanuel Sanders helped the development of Debo. Imagine how much Julio will help Brandon Ayuk and Debo. I mean, basically, you got Dez calling Ayuk baby Julio. Imagine you got Julio and baby Julio. Come on.
Oh, shucks.
It's just too good to be like. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen, man.
It is. Kyle's gonna have, and you got depth there. If one guy goes down, you're not immediately crippled. Last year, we lost guys right and left, week after week, and our team finally rendered into just terrible, right? I mean, nobody beat us up. Did we get beat badly 1 or 2 games? But most of the time they were in it.
That Packers game was.
Oh, I forgot about that. But look what happened. Nobody played that night. Everybody was on the IR.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like when you got Richie James as your number 1 wide receiver, I mean, he balled out.
Trent Taylor backing him up, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. And River Craycraft. Come on now.
That was still a touchdown, though. They did call Rich. That was Craycraft. That was a touchdown.
He got to catch that one. He got to catch that one. It's just there's nothing you could say about that. He just got to catch that one.
Dang it.
But if it's Julio, he's catching that one. Come on now.
Not only that, he's probably laughing at the defender. God, man. Yeah, Julio
This is
gives
light
us
work.
that.
Yeah, he's not even thinking about it. But that's why I'm not on board with all these people claiming trade so and so, trade Debo for in a package for Julio, because I feel like that would leave us in the same spot that we are now.
Yeah, no,
So
I'm not getting rid of Debo.
Yeah, no, I would love adding Julio, but I don't want to sacrifice any of our other wide receivers for that.
Julio's 32. Debo's what, 24? I mean,
Yeah, that's my biggest problem. Like whenever somebody brings that up, it just makes my skin crawl because it's just like that's such a big difference in age.
Yeah, that's why it's got to be draft picks. I'm not, and Atlanta would love. If you called Atlanta right now, it says, all right, Fred Warner, he's got his contract coming up. You can deal with that next year. Give me Julio.
No.
Let's make that deal. No.
Please, no.
Nick Bosa?
No Fred Warner trade talks, please.
Yeah,
I do not want to hear that.
Yes, this is our future. These guys are in place for us. We wouldn't got them. We were lucky to get them. We're not treating them. So,
Exactly.
Oh, man. Yeah,
but
no. We're doing chats accusing us of putting players in the wrong position. We're not taking Debo and putting him in. Okay, we're just saying the possibilities of things you can do. Nobody's gonna make Debo a deep threat. Although, you know something? What's really funny though, Sean, when you got people like Julio, suddenly anybody's a deep threat. Why? Because the safety and one corner is definitely going to be over there to help out. A linebacker might be racing downfield as well. So, you start to create mismatches and weirdities out on the field that Debo could go deep on some of them plays because nobody's going to expect him to do that. But Debo is the guy that'll want to cross the middle, killing people and running them jet sweeps.
You thought people were getting wide open in Kyle Shanahan's offense before. Imagine adding Julio to that. Oh my goodness! I mean,
Sean,
you're gonna have to pick and choose who you're covering every play.
And there really is nothing they can do. Sean, we gotta go though, fam. Let me you get a chance to see you Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely, Ronbo. Great talking to you, man.
Same here, fam. Night. This just in.
You doing, man?
Justin, come on in, man.
You know what, Ronbo? I want to send this a message with fan. I'm sick and tired of y'all. Sometimes because you guys, man, we can't be giving away these draft picks, my man. Like for Julio Jones, man. We lost so much draft capital already, and y'all want to give us so much draft capital, man. Y'all really.
But not giving up much. You can't give up too much, Julio. He's 32. So you're right. You got to be careful how much you give up for him.
We don't have 3 first-round picks. Like, we gave Miami 3 first-round picks for Trey. And now y'all want to do the same thing for Julio. Man, y'all.
Hey, Justin, we gave him 2 first-round picks because all we did was switch. Yeah, we get next 2 seasons. This year's already over. That's they used it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
2 picks is bad enough, though. So they got to get that first-round pick back, or one of them. Or we'll be like the Rams.
No, and so but we have the most cap space, but at the same time we got to sign Trey. We got to resign Trey. We got to sign Trey Lance. We got to say Trey Sermon. Then we got to sign another guy. I forget who else. The rookie we have not signed yet. I forget which rookie we have not signed yet. I know 2 Treys have to be signed, and there's some other rookie.
It's probably a first-round pick. The first-round picks always wait till the last minute.
So, but I like Julio, man. I think he's a dynamic receiver, one of the top 5 receivers in the game right now. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm giving Ricky James a shot at slot receiver position. I'm really giving him a shot because he played really good last year. For what it's worth, for how bad our season was, he played really good. In that slot position, he played really good. Yeah. He was like kind of a mini Marquise for his speed.
Yeah, he doesn't get used enough. It's like Sean said, as this team is constructed right now, we'll still be fine. But Julio gives you that overkill, I think that's what people are looking at. But you don't give up too much. Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
No, and it's you don't want to turn it to the Rams where you're like you're giving out so much first round picks, and then you have to pay receiver, you have to pay all these people that you paid like a bunch of contracts to. Because I know Julio he just re-signed like 2 years ago for like a contract. I know that, and it wasn't a cheap contract. Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. I know he's got some money left. So I don't know how much money. I don't know. I don't know. I know the cap space people in the chat can do that calculation how much we're going to owe him. So I don't know, man.
Look at it this way: 15 this year, 11 next year. I think he's got 2-3 years left. So the ensuing years are not that expensive, and you always got that deal that's written in the contract where the final year is an option year, right? So we'll find out more about that
well,
if it comes.
I'm taking this with a grain of salt, though. You know why? Because the owner of the Falcons has said on record that he's not trading Julio, no matter what.
Well, they always say that.
He said that he's been working on saying that, and he says and so like Arthur, for what it's worth, the Falcons owner is actually pretty honest. Like he's been one of the most honest owners in the NFL. So so I wouldn't. I am real as much as like it's a dream to get him. I wouldn't. I don't think it's the first thing they're going to trade him. I think they're just going to restructure that contract. But I don't think Julio Jones is on his way to Frisco. I don't think.
I mean, it'd be a stupid move on their part, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I just don't see it. I don't see them breaking up that Matt Ryan and Julio Jones connection. I don't see that. I don't see it happening. I really don't. So, but it is a dream. But but you know what? I'm giving Richie James a shot at the slot receiver position. Because Trent Taylor was a disappointment for that slot receiver position. So.
Yeah, well, back injury. I don't know how much those things were hurting him, but he did not look the same after season one. I mean, it used to be Trent was always open.
Yeah. But that's all. I just got off work. I just had to hop in when I see this Julio Jones because I was like, please, Ronbo. No.
Julio. I still think it's a dream. I don't see Julio actually making this team, though.
Yeah, and then Marquise Lee got waived for so that I don't know.
I'm still looking for details on that. All I read was Marquise Lee is gone. I said, what? He just before camp even started, they just told Marquise Lee to hit the road. What did he say or do?
Yeah, and then I was actually happy with that signing. So
I know, right? Okay.
But all right, man, I'm not gonna take up too much time. Other calls are calling in. I just want to say, I hope you all being safe. And now we are at 100% capacity for Levi Stadium.
Can you imagine that?
See y'all. Yeah,
by
I can't wait
September.
To see y'all. If y'all are gonna be at the game, I will be at the Viking game this year. All
right.
I hope to see y'all and y'all be safe. Wear your mask. Not wear your mask, but like be safe and just be safe, y'all. And
now you can tell people get vaccinated. Yeah, instead of wearing a mask, get vaccinated. It's better.
Yep.
So.
Yes, sir. Well, y'all take care of yourself. Be safe. Have a good night, everybody.
You too, Justin. Great to hear from you. All right, been missing you.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
fam.
Always.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Okay, fam. It's time for a late night tuna fish sandwich. I shall see you. Grayson. Grayson's still here. Grayson, next time you come in and you got to bring more beer, man. You can't come in and just drink 49ers beer. Fam, I'll see you Sunday. And a great weekend between now and then. That like, fam. Oh, thank you for the contribution tonight, fam. Appreciate it. You know this. I know.